All right, everybody, let's give this the old college try here. Friday night. No, it's not even Friday night. That's how confusing this is for everybody here. I don't know what day it is. I even saw a new movie today, which is supposed to be Friday, but it was out today. So everything's discombobulated. Our theme tonight is nonconformity, so that's fine. Everything's wrong, but we're going to run through it anyway. Guys, tomorrow is World Goth Day. Y'all know we've been dealing with this for a number of years. Tonight we're going to talk about the all new issue that will be launching in an hour and 42 minutes. And then you guys will have all weekend to play around with it, as I'm at Cherry Capital Comic Con up in Traverse City this weekend. But it is Thursday night. We're going to launch this beast at midnight. Because why not? Why not? Why not? Hello, it's me. And of course it's her.
It's me.
It's her. But it's also him.
Hey.
It's also him.
Yay.
Guys, welcome to the Nonconformity World Goth Day Bizarro Thursday night show.
Shenanigans.
Welcome to everybody. Let me do this little comment thing. If you guys are commenting, we'll see it right there in the bottom corner. You are welcome to chat with us at any time, ask questions, say hi, say hello, tell us what the hell is going on. In the meantime, we're just going to talk comic books and art and Goth Day. And this is Zach Raw, guys. Zach and I met on Facebook. I don't know, sometime I feel like last year.
Yeah.
And we had talked about doing some work, and I was looking at some of your samples and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I can use this somewhere. And then Goth Day popped into my head, and I said, hey, do you want to do this? Here's this character, here's this idea, here's what we kind of want to do. And you've had this cover done. This was the first cover that we had finished, and it's been months and months and months sitting on the shelf. Patreon folks got to see it months ago. I was very excited to show them, so they all got to see it months ago. And now we get to actually debut it live here. We'll show it in a second, but Zach, tell everybody who the heck you are.
Hey, I'm Zach Raw. I'm a freelance illustrator from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I like comics. I like anime. I like animation, cartoons, movies. It all kind of soaks in to my artwork, and you can kind of see a lot of the references that I pull from just from the artwork that I make. But yeah, that's about it. There's nothing much to me.
I mean, that's everything. I mean, that's everything.
Welcome.
And
you're with the right crowd.
yeah. And that's we're all basically the same. But this is your first live show, you said, as well, right?
Yeah.
Doing this thing?
Okay. This sort of live show. Yeah, I've done I was on a Whatnot stream recently doing remarks in the background while I was at a Route 66 Comics out in Tupelo, Oklahoma. And they were selling some comics and posters and stuff, and I was in the background signing some of the exclusive covers that I did for them recently, and that was a lot of fun. I stayed up late doing remarks on that. Do what now?
Did you have you tucked away in a corner?
Yeah, I was like deep in the background of the shop, and they were all pulling comics and showing off posters and stuff. It was fun.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll show everybody your cover here. This will be the first cover we sort of unveil here for everybody, and you'll get a good close look at it. And as I'm looking at it, it's got a great spot for remarks.
Yeah.
Right down in that, right down in the goo.
Yeah.
That's climbing out of the alley there. That looks like a pretty good spot for a remark to me.
I agree.
Sure. Yep.
I'm gonna have to get a few copies and remark them.
Absolutely. Yep. Everybody that works for us gets comps. So you'll get a nice little stack of comps.
Fantastic.
Anybody wants remarks, make sure you grab one of these things. Do you do I know there are some cons out your way on occasion, but have you been doing any cons? Is that a thing that's on your plate at all?
In the near future, I've done cons before in the past, and around 2019 I took a break. I was kind of burnt out on just trying to make table fees and all that, make it work. So I took a long break, and now that I've actually got some comic covers under my belt and a full comic under my belt, I think I'm gonna start hitting the scene again here within maybe this year, but definitely next year. I'll be getting back out into it and hawking my wares.
Yeah, awesome.
So, if I may ask, Zach, since you're new to me,
Yeah.
so I'm just curious, what got you into this, and how long have you been doing it? And
I've been
in general.
Comics in general. I mean, I've been tracing comics since I was like 3, so I've had that sort of love for comics for a long while now. I'm not, where was I going with that?
You've had passion from an early age then.
yeah, and doing freelance, I started about 11 years ago, and then I was doing some comic testers here and there, usually about 4 to 12 pages, and then recently I started working with Bad Bug, and I did some covers for them, and then they put me on a project about the end of 2024. It was called Bad Pussy, and that was my first full like 40-page comic issue where I did all the interiors and stuff. And
nice.
Yeah, that was a lot of work, but it was really rewarding and a lot of fun to do. So I've been itching to get back into that story again here pretty soon.
And so then Tom found you.
Yeah, we're definitely going to get some more work out of you. One of the things that I found interesting, because as I look at all the stuff that you're doing, there's definitely, I mean, you've got kind of like a style, more or less, but there's also variation within the style that I'm kind of seeing. Like even with your colors, this way, that way. Some of it's more like what we would call, I don't know, traditional coloring, and it's a little harder to see on this, I know, guys, but when you actually kind of get close, you'll be able to see it's layered with textures kind of all over the place, like the shadows on her legs, it's got a sense of, it's got like a tactile sense to it. And I really, when I was looking at it, and I can zoom in on it really good, like through Photoshop and stuff. So as I was looking through it and like the gleaming off the bat and stuff, it's just got so much going on.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious.
Flare. Tom loves it. It's got lens.
Yeah, I'm all about the lens. If I could make lens flare with these, I would make it happen. Like bing, right up here.
Yeah. The J.J. Abrams effect.
100%. 100%. So what? And I didn't ask for that. So I'm curious, like, how do you determine like which way you're going to go? Is it just sort of I feel like this works? Or do you have people asking for more like gritty versions, more slick versions? Like, was there a choice being made, or was it just a feeling?
A direction, yeah.
Yeah. So I've worked with a lot of different styles in the past, and kind of when I was doing a lot more local freelance, I was offering, hey, I can do different styles. I can mimic styles. I'm able to do that. Sometimes not very well. So I started leaning towards the more clean comic book style, where it's kind of like got that kind of lasso coloring effect to it. And I was just not having fun with it. And I was just kind of trying to fit in too much with a lot of popular artists, what they were doing for comic covers. So I started playing around with like textured brushes and ones that kind of look like they were like pencils or like pen and ink. And I was having a lot of fun with that, and I can just kind of be loose with it, and people are accepting of that. So I've leaned into that, and then just kind of made that mostly my go-to style now. I use a lot of kind of like block brushes that have grit to it. So when I'm kind of thinking of like when I'm shading a certain spot, like how that's if I put less pressure on it, it's gonna like kind of leave a smear, a trail of texture, and I think about that when I'm coloring as well, just to add extra texture. I like having texture in my pieces, and yeah, when it comes to kind of having that finish like glow effects and stuff, I try to add texture to that as well. It's kind of just like a little stylistic choice I've decided to do recently, and I like kind of how that looks. So I use it for a lot of my recent stuff. But
is that
yeah,
kind of like on the back of her legs on the one that he's done here? You can see, is that kind of like what we're talking about? Because I see a lot of the highlights and that glow.
Yeah, like you can kind of see the rim light on the back of her legs, and then the main glow from the bat. I kind of add an extra bar of flare to it, just to kind of
coming right at me.
yeah, just to bring the eye to that very particular point.
Very nice.
But I like adding that sort of effect to my covers. It makes them pop. And anytime I can like add some lighting effects, I try to throw that in there.
I know you said that you kind of developed that style because of just, emulating and doing things, and that's what you've gravitated to. Is that actually your preferred? Is that like, if you had a choice, if you could pick one style that's your passion that you really want to do, is this it? Or is there something different that's your love as opposed to what works for what's out there in the world?
This one is definitely it for me right now. I feel like my style is going to be changing constantly. So just with learning more techniques and stuff, but this is what I really like right now. So I've been sticking with it, and I've been for the past year or two. I've been really hammering this style into with all my pieces. So it's kind of like now I'm trying to make it more of like my trademark look. So
I think it's working. So
oh, thank you. Yeah, I have a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, it's really, it's like this weird mix of like modern sort of art style, but then the coloring takes it back to sort of an old school,
a little retro
kind of retro, retro coloring style. And then like all the textures in it and stuff, it reminds me back in the day of artists that would use this stuff called frisket, where it was these patterns that you stick to the art and then you'd cut it out to give the shape to whatever it be. And they'd use it a lot to create shadows and stuff. And so if you look at old art, old original art, comic book art, a lot of times you'll see it like it's still stuck to the thing, but sometimes that falls off. It was never, because back in the day, it wasn't really meant to stay forever. So if you can find the pieces that actually still have that frisket stuck to it, that it makes it even cooler. But yeah, and I love that stuff. One of the first people that I ever worked with on comics, Mike Vosberg, who did tons of stuff for Marvel and DC back in the day. He does his own book called Lori Lovecraft now. I was helping him with some art stuff. He did all the drawings, but he was showing me about this frisket stuff. He was showing me how he did. He would use like a toothbrush to do like splatter effects. You dip it in the ink, and then like, and it would like kind of shoot the ink out. Like, so he was doing all kinds of really cool texture stuff. And so when you turned this in, it brought me back immediately to like those olden days. And I was like, this is like such a cool mixture of stuff. And I think once people see it, get it in their hands and they can really see it, like then they'll really be able to appreciate what's going on. And what you did.
I also like whether the intentional, unintentional pun on your last name. Wrong.
Yeah, that's surprisingly my real last name. So it works out. It's a pretty cool last name.
It is. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
I can't remember.
Texture and spatter technique and taking it back. So
kind of like a controlled splatter technique where you're using the toothbrush bristles to
Yep. And you're
do
just
that.
kind
Yeah.
of
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sam
With
Keith used to do stuff like that. He used to take white out. Like he would just go black, like, and then he'd take his white out and come back in over the black. And I'm sitting there watching him do this. Like he had white pens, but then he was also literally using like white out from the brush. You know, like you would use in the old days of like, I'm going to white out my typing paper. He would just pull that bottle out and be like this is the craziest thing I've ever watched.
It kind of gives that Ralph Steadman sort of look to it with his stuff, with his style. And I've noticed that recently with Daniel Warren Johnson. Man, seeing him draw is like he's a machine, and he just has that whiteout right next to him, and he just like goes in with it. It's like pretty inspiring to watch.
Back, yeah, because I've seen a few more people. They pull out either the whiteout pens or just the straight up bottle of whiteout, and then going almost going. I can't even make what I'm just doing typing. When back in the old day, I couldn't even make it look that nice. I can't imagine actually making art with it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like even on this Max book, because they photographed all of his art, so it's not just like a scan and it's all flat. You can see it. So
you
right
can see
on
the
here,
texture in it.
you can see the texture of the whiteout.
Oh wow!
You know, on that cover. So yeah, I always loved watching Sam draw. And the same with Mike. It was really great to be able to work with Mike and get sort of that. I mean, this would have been 92, 93.
Oh wow.
When I was doing that stuff. So yeah, I've been around for a minute. But we've been doing this for 16 years now,
Wow.
Zach, Big Dog Inc. Goth Day, which is what we're talking about tonight, started in 2020.
Okay.
I was tired of, this is kind of how everything happens. I get tired of something and I want to find an alternate way of doing it. I got tired of like seeing all the same sort of celebration books. Like everybody did 4th of July. Everybody did it's Friday the 13th. We're going to do a thing. Everybody did Christmas, whatever. And I was like, there's got to be a day that we could make our thing, and it would be outside the box and nobody else is doing it. And so I started looking into it, and apparently every day on the calendar is some sort of day. Ice cream day and lollipop day and scuba day and whatever. Every day has multiple things attached to it.
And it's now become a thing.
and so I stumbled across Goth Day, and I was like, that's a real whatever that means, is a real holiday, World Goth Day, May 22nd. And so in 2020, no, 2020? Was it 2020? It was.
I think
2020. Yeah. So 2020, we did Goth versions of 5 of our characters just as covers, and then they were attached to the original book. So like Catnip is our Goth version of Critter, and so I just stuck that on an old Critter book. Like, here's the Goth version, and we just kind of had fun with it. But it was so popular that people were like, "Are you going to do it again next year?" And I was like, again, I was really frustrated with the idea that there were publishers who were just producing the same book again and again and again and again and slapping a new cover on it. But the insides are always the same.
So like, I see.
That just didn't sit right with me. And so I took it upon myself stupidly to say, sure, we'll do this, but I'm going to write a story too. I'm going to give you guys something more than just, a cover to
I've got time. I'll just do another story.
Yeah, no big deal.
Nips.
So we took the 4 or 5 characters that we had designed, Catnip, Naomi, Dorothy Gale, Scheherazade,
and Scarlet was in there, wasn't she? But yeah, she was an addition.
She wasn't in the first one.
She wasn't.
I think we only did 4 the first time, and then in this one I added Scarlet, who's our in the real world. She's part of our Kaiju Epic book. where she her music, she's like a rock singer, and in that story she's kind of singing these words that sort of start to, you know, bring the monsters up to sort of end the world. And so so then I had to translate all of that. Okay, who are all these characters in their real world, and what are they in this goth world? You know, because we they're all kind of modified from what they were. But I was like, yeah, so let me tell a story. Let me write a story about all this stuff, and it was really fun to do. And I have people that are upset at me because each time we did a Goth Day book, each one is like a self-contained sort of portion of this world building effort. But at the end of issue 1, there's sort of a large cliffhanger that I was just like, never mind, we'll do another issue over here. And so I have people that I meet at cons all the time, and they're like, what? Wait a minute, did I miss an issue? Like, what happened to the thing? And I'm like, nope, that's just over there. And now we're over here. So don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But they like
pay no attention.
They want that resolution to the story, which I totally understand, because it was kind of like a holy crap. But that was also part of, like, when I came to the next issue, it was like I didn't want to just create this linear thing. I wanted to move through our different characters and tell different stories on purpose, different themes, different stuff to think about, because they weren't just like these straight superhero stories. They were like designed to be talking about creativity and like in this case nonconformity, and you know, they have very specific themes to each sort of issue. And so I didn't want to thread that first issue through everything. There is sort of a tiny background thread to all of it, but each story, each of the primary characters in the stories are meant to tell you, give you a different message, a different sort of theme to go along with it. But I do have people that are like, I need that resolution, man. So, well, maybe we'll get there someday.
Let's say maybe one of these days that'll be a future issue to
yes,
to satisfy everyone.
yeah. I'll have to figure out how to play around with that. But and so we've done this now for a while. This is going to be the last issue of Goth Day, though, guys.
Oh wow.
As far as like our well, first of all, I got too much else to do. This was a little side project that got way out of hand.
Side project.
Way out of hand.
Yeah.
But I've really enjoyed doing it. We've missed it the last couple of years. 24, I just couldn't get it done. 25, my mom passed, everything stopped. So it just was kind of like, all right, we're going to wrap this up. Nonconformity was supposed to be, you know, the last couple of years issues. So I've been thinking about this for a while. And CB Zane, who is the artist for the entire series, he's done all the work through the whole thing. He's back on the book. It's well into production. Gat Melvin, we got some pages too. Gat Melvin's doing colors. But the nonconformity for this sort of theme, I wanted it to go well beyond just the theme of the story. And so no one is going to get to see anything until the book comes out, but because I don't want any of it spoiled. But the design aspect of the book, we've always kind of had little odd designs. Like in the first one, it had sort of a musical cue theme. And so as the book was going, I had CB draw the panels either as musical notes or with musical notes sort of incorporated into the story and into the panels.
Cool.
So we've kind of always done little things like that to kind of, you know, give give each book its own sort of like, how do we do this? And so this one's no different. And I came across this thought process of like, okay, so we're going to tell the story of conformity and nonconformity, but in order to really truly do that, we have to literally step out of the box. And so I think I've frightened him with like what I'm having to try to explain. Like, this is how we do this. It's not normal. And then when I have to get it to the letterer, HDE he might have a freaking heart attack with how I'm trying to explain how to do this lettering. because it's not going to be normal. And I think that's all I'm going to say, because I want it to be this fun aspect of when you guys get the book, you don't know what the hell's going on until you get it. And then when you get it, you still might not know what's going on, but that's the point, is that we're outside the box in a big way. So for those that are chilling with us, if you have questions about the previous issues, don't ask me about the cliffhanger. I'm not going to answer you about the cliffhanger. But if you get questions about the previous issues or about anything we're talking about, you got questions for Zach, hit us up. But we're gonna show you the campaign here in a minute, and we're gonna kind of run through the previous issues and give people kind of a bit of a reminder. But this issue also, something else happened with this issue that
what didn't happen with this issue?
I know, right? But it kind of puts a closed circle on something that happened a long time ago that you were part of, Shawnee.
Mm-hmm.
Do you already know what I'm talking about?
No, but I'm going to get.
Okay.
I did good though, right? I made
wow,
you think
you're really vibing if you knew where I was going. So, a million years ago, you came out to Jesse James Comics for the Lights Camera Jungle Kickstarter launch.
Yep.
So this would have been 2015, 16, 17, 18,
I think.
Somewhere in there.
Right in there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when it was all done, you hung around. No, it wasn't for that. Yes, it was. It was for that. You hung around. And I was just working at the shop, and we were just talking at the shop, talking about comics and everything. And I told you that I had something I wanted to do for Critter. I just got a message. Hold on a second.
I was unbeknownst a part of history.
Yeah. So we were talking about Critter and I think we had come onto the topic of like homage covers or something, because I told you that there was something that I wanted to do that would have been definitely outside the box for Critter in as far as the tone of what Critter is. Because I had said I was trying to figure out how to do an homage to Sunstone. And I was going to do a character. I was going to kind of put her in some sort of like a blue,
now
like
I know,
latex suit or something.
But
I couldn't really figure out how to get the homage right, which cover I wanted to do. But I said at that time that because of course we have the Critterverse where we have our various versions of Critter that already existed. I said that was that what I do is I'd make this homage and I would call her Catnip in this Sunstone universe version. And
I do remember that actually.
So that went away, of course, because I couldn't make it work. But then, of course, a few years later, 2020, it came back around, and Catnip came to life in a completely different way than was intended. Thanks to Lorenzo Lozano, who helped me design the original Catnip. He won an award for best new character design that year. But so Catnip debuted. Catnip was popular. Catnip. Oh my God, Catnip is great. Flash forward to 2026, the final issue of Goth Day, and Catnip is around. And this time there are two Catnip covers. One by Mike Crome, who asked me if he could do something different. Number one, he asked me, like, can I do something more like cyber goth thing? And I was like, you do what you want. It's like, I'm not telling you anything. I have all confidence in you. You do what you want. I said, just keep her thigh cat things. I want to maintain some aspect of the general design, but keep her hair with the red in the front, whatever. But other than that, you can tinker. He says, okay, great. So we'll show you that. That's amazing. But then the crazy part happened, which is the big circle.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
I reached out to Stepan Sejic. who is the creator of Sunstone.
Mhm.
And I said, this was probably January. And I said, hey, I know you're busy. I know you got a ton of things going on. I would love to work with you. If I've ever had an opportunity, you tell me when, doesn't matter. I will find something to put you on, and et cetera, et cetera. He says, yeah. I think we can do that around like March or something. So hit me up in March. And I said, okay. So I come around to March and I was like, this is not going to happen. Like, I know I'm just going to get like the brush off again. And I said, so it's March. Again, no rush. If you need after the summer or whatever. He says, no, what do you have in mind? And so I sent him a picture of catnip. And his immediate response was, oh, yeah, I can work with this. So 9 years ago, I wanted to homage Stepin Sejic. 9 years ago, I had the catnip name attached to something else. Catnip then becomes an actual thing for us.
Yep.
And this year, with the final issue, Stepin Sejic joins us and draws catnip.
So
Full
cool.
circle bucket list right there. Yep.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Just a crazy bucket list, 100% bucket list.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like a Art Adams bucket list or an Adam Hughes. Like, I felt like it was slightly attainable because he's done indie stuff for people before. But he's so crazy busy with all his Sunstone stuff that I was like, I mean, maybe, but it might be next year or something. But yeah, as soon as he saw it, he was like, yeah, I can work with that. And then this guy has the balls that when he turns in a rough, I'm giving Stepin Sejic notes and edits. I'm like, what are you doing? Shut up. Shut up. But I gave him a couple of notes and he was like, oh, yeah, we can do that. So he was very cool about it. Like, it wasn't even like, there was no question. He was like,
that's the joy of working with a professional. He knows that you have a vision and he wants to match that vision. So there was
no like upset ego. He was just like, oh yeah, we can do that. I was like,
that's so cool.
He's a really cool dude. Yeah.
Oh my God. And then and then again, this guy says, can I have like a patch version too? Because I'm greedy like that. And he's like, yeah, that's cool. We can do that. You can have that. I was like, Jesus, what's happening right now? This is unbelievable. And so he did a little patch. We'll show that to you later too. But yeah, that's the unbelievable. This just made my entire year. This is one of the guys I've been talking about, a couple of bucket list guys that I've been chasing. That was one of them. There was no chance I was dropping that name until I had the art in my hand, because I was not karmaing that one out the door at all.
Exactly. Yes.
So that one's there. I'm still working on the other one. It is still there, but it's being moved. Which is fine. Doesn't matter when it happens. We'll be fine.
As long as it happens.
Yeah. But there's no name dropping. We have
tried to worm it out of him, but we respect the fact that he doesn't want to jinx it, so we don't push too hard.
I've reached out. What's up, Mr. Rosario? How are you, sir? Mr. Rosario. I've reached out to a few like kind of names over the years, and I've gotten various yeses and nos, and I've gotten various, well, I'm exclusive with Marvel, so they don't let me do these things. And I'm like, well, if that ever stops, you let me know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But we've gotten to work with a lot of amazing people. I mean, my bucket list has way too many people checked off for a guy who's been doing this for 16 years. Like, J. Scott Campbell's off the list. Ryan Otley's off the list. Joe Jusko's off the list. Like, what is happening? This is nonsense. Now Stepin is off the list.
This is what you get for 16 years of being in this industry, is you're able to finally make those connections.
And also this guy, when he's done with this, like as soon as we're wrapped up and I pay him, he's like, "Hey, thanks," and I'm like, "So, when can we do it again?"
You're just behind the screen. It's like
when can we do it again? And he was like, "Yeah, hit me up. Yeah, hit me up. So we'll see if we get another one from him. But I will tell you also, kind of at the same time that all of that was happening, I got really interesting, unsolicited feedback from sort of a series of artists. It kind of all oddly happened at the same time. One guy started it and it kind of blew me away. And then all of a sudden it was kind of like I got all these other guys that were kind of saying the same thing. And I'm not going to put him on the spot, but it's one of the bigger name guys that I've worked with. He turned in a cover and I was like, dude, I really love working with you. He's like, yeah, we don't really work that often. I'm like, well, I assume you got shit to do. Like, I'm not gonna like be bugging you every month. I know you work for this guy and that company, and like, and he's like, yeah, but I just hit me up. Like this was the unsolicited part. He says, I really like working on your characters. They're super cool, really original, and great designs. And I was like, what just happened? Like, that's incredible to be coming from this guy who has worked on so much stuff. I was like, yo. And then again, I got some of them from the new guys. When they see the designs, they freak out. They're like, dude, this is so great. I'm like, that's awesome to hear, these new guys. But like, it was like this weird little pocket of like, you have good stuff. And I wasn't really prepared for that. Like, no one's ever really told me that. Like, fans have always said like, oh, this is cool. I like this. But when the artists are telling you like, this stuff's fun to draw, we really enjoy doing it. Like, that's a whole different level of like
that hits differently. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Zach, what do you think about our characters in Big Dog?
Well, I had a lot of fun drawing it.
Well, there you go. Good answer.
Good. That's the correct answer, Zach.
Yeah.
That's the correct answer. I'm going to drop an invite here for somebody just in case they decide to pop in, and then we're going to look at some books here. And again, Zach, you are under no obligation to be chilling. You are welcome to be here as long as you like.
Yep. Or as long as you can.
Yeah, but if you need to bail out,
greatly enjoy being.
And I'm not kicking you out at all. Even if this other person comes in, we've got all the space we need. We've been doing this for 45 minutes already. So if you're bored, just tell us. Hey guys, I'm important and I got shit to do. And, I'm gonna get out.
I like chilling.
I've got stuff to draw. I got to
go. So let's do this. Let's show Zach the original issue here.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, cool.
And we'll do a little walkthrough, folks.
Yeah.
If you want us to. Oh, this is the one with the cliffhanger. So this is the only time I'll talk about it.
Be warned.
So this is, you know what? Let me reduce this a little bit. Don't, so we can see more of it at once. There we go. All right. So this is the original Goth Day, guys. Of course, we don't do a lot of homage covers, but I was like, listen, if there's ever a time that I'm going to do the Venom thing, this is going to be the time. So we have our catnip. So just for reference, Zach, that's Critter. That's our Critter superhero character. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, because you're on your phone. That's really small.
I got it on my screen too, so I'm like looking at the bigger version delayed up on the screen here. Okay.
So then that is our Goth version of Critter.
Oh, I see. Okay, with the black hair and the red in the front. Okay.
Yes.
That's cool.
And then she's got the little cat. She's got a little cat symbol on her thigh. The garter has a little cat symbol. Her ears. She has mechanical ears. She has like those speaker ears. Like that they wear, so that they've got little speakers in the ears, and then she's got the goth costume and all that. So that is Catnip. Again, she won an award back in 2020 for best new character design. So
that's cool.
Thanks.
I like the shoulder pads too. The latex on the shoulder pads. It's nice looking.
It's a very cool costume. People have really dug on it. somebody cosplayed it too. We'll
Yes.
show you all
Oh,
that
nice.
later. So CB Zane, I was like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
CB, you want to do this whole book? But if
And CB
if-
crazily enough said yes.
but I said, listen, I want to do this a little bit differently. I want to have a different sense of what we're doing. I want to have a design sense to it.
Mhm.
And you know, he was like, yeah, okay. Wes Hartman on the colors here. Ed
Cool.
Loveley doing our logos. He's been doing our logos for years now. He does a great job. And so we're not going to like read through this here, guys, but you know, this stuff is
Give you a
available.
feel what's
You
in
can
there,
get the books 1, 2, and 3. You can get the books physically or digitally. So if you don't have these books, you can get them either way in the campaign that we're going to show you in a little bit too. And then obviously issue 4 is the new issue. But basically this is Scheherazade, who's our storyteller, slash pirate slash princess slash whatever it is she needs to be for our Scheherazade series. And the story kind of blends, as you can see, the curtains, the story kind of blends
into silhouette.
Blends into catnip.
Yep.
I love this shot. I really loved writing this whole book. It's very different for me. The tone of the writing, and what we're trying to do with the words and the pictures. So I hope you guys dig it as much as I like. We're gonna clip that because that's my favorite compliment. I have purposefully studied. I go to the movies all the time anyway, but over the last 5, 6, 7 years, I've kind of studied movies more than I've enjoyed them, and I've tried to translate what I've learned from film to put onto the page. And in that time, I've had people tell me exactly what you just said. This feels cinematic, and I was like, yes, that's
you're going 100%
what we're trying to do. Yeah. So here's Catnip, and now you can see like she's chasing the music. And so
cool.
This was really hard. Like CB was like, I don't know how to do this, man. And I was like, well, we're going to figure it out. So it was just trial and error and where do I put them and how do I move them? And, you know, you can see some of the panels blend together. Like in that top panel, you can see her hair going into the note.
Yeah.
Like
I love the note being the negative space too, where the moon's in the sky is showing through. That's cool.
Yeah.
And I love that silhouette on the moon. That's to me is also very cinematic. That is a spotlight right there of
Yeah.
That's nice.
And then we had to do the superhero landing. I love those 2 pages. The land and then lifts her head up, the superhero landing. And then the capes, again, the capes are up and then they fall down. Like this was really fun to write. I don't know how fun it was for him to conceive it visually, but it was fun to sort of tell him what to do.
he said that once he got it, once he understood it, kind of it clicked what you were trying to go for, he had fun with it. Then it was, because then it started to flow. And then it was much easier. And so once he had that gist, then it became,
Yeah, sometimes it takes a few pages before you get into the groove of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
These are nice. Oh, I like how the panels are warping, kind of like a flowing sheet of music or something.
That's exactly right. Yeah. We wanted the music to be shaping the action, shaping what's happening in the panels. Yeah. And then, of course, here's Naomi. She was designed by Nia Rufino back in the day.
Okay. The colorist? Oh, I guess she's an artist as well.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, she started as a colorist and became an artist. She's been an artist for us almost since year 1. She did her first ever cover was done for us, Penny for Your Soul. And then when we did our Legend of Oz series, she became a regular, like the B cover. She did all of our B covers, and she's the only artist who has done something on every single issue of Legend of Oz over the last 15 years. So, we've leaned on her a lot. She's done some design work for us. She designed Joan of Arc's steampunk wings for us. She designed Naomi. So Naomi in the real world, she's a werebear in our universe. And so here we just call her Naomi. That's just who she is. But she's got when you see her kind of throughout some of the stories, you can see one of her hands is sort of pseudo like transforming into a bear. So she's the little bear. Ursa Minor, she's the little bear. But she's got a little bit of extra powers going on in this world here. As they talk about the gods and the city gods, the so-called city gods in this city. Naomi's Katniss basically like I'm not a god, and Naomi's essentially saying like you don't get to choose whether you're a god or not. The populace will do that for you. Paraphrasing, but that's the gist of it. They talk about hearing the music and where it's coming from, and then of course here comes Dorothy Gale with her sparkly heels. CB does.
Those look great.
So home away from home diner for Dorothy Gale. Of course, that makes sense.
He does little fun little hints and Easter eggs, and he likes to little hidden things. You gotta look carefully.
Yeah, and he's done that again in this new issue too. So we hear the music. Dorothy's checking out what's going on, and here is this is the one that people are missing. This is the little Easter egg that people are missing. This is an interesting one. This coin. That's all I'm going to say. We're going to move on. You all can figure it out from there. But that's one that people have not figured out yet. Then we have Scarlet. Here's our runaway Scarlet who summons monsters.
Scarlet was in this one, because of the music. So
Yep. And everybody starts to hear the music. Everybody starts to kind of come together here. Naomi's getting a sense of something going on, and we have the Avengers. They band together. Dun, dun, dun. It seems to me that CB and I always have one of these pages in the books that we do, where it's a static shot, but the characters move across the panel, or something in the panel changes even though it's static. We did this even when we worked for Dynamite for Bad Kitty. There's a scene where Bad Kitty goes to a cemetery, and she's like sitting next to the tombstone of her boyfriend. And basically we kind of watch the day pass, like the sun's up and the sun's down, and then the moon comes up, and nothing changes except for the cat is moving around on the panel. But Bad Kitty's just sort of like, praying at the tombstone. But it seems like every time we do a book, we get something along these lines.
There's one page set of panels that does that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like one single shot. It's like a storyboard.
Yep. And then you can see the spoiler alert in the background. There's our cliffhanger where they're all kind of like, what the hell do we do now? And then she's still playing, doing her thing. And then we get kind of the interesting connection where this is Lucifer and Paradox from our real worlds. Paradox is from the Critterverse. Lucifer is kind of too. Lucifer, Critter, and Penny for Your Soul are the only two books that we have that actually connect together, the universes, which is really weird because they're not connected in tone and texture of story, but they have crossed over, and they're continuing to cross over. So the fact that these two guys are here in this goth world at the same time, it has meaning. It's just whether or not people can figure out what it is we're doing. And then of course CB did his own book called The Black Rabbit. This is the first appearance of the Black Rabbit, guys. We put his book as a little teaser in the back of Goth Day #1. So if you guys have Black Rabbit #1, that's great, but her first appearance is actually right here in Goth Day #1.
Oh, that's a cool outfit.
Little extra bonus there for you collectors out there. So that was Goth Day #1, which was very, very fun. And we will show you #2 again. Deal with the cliffhanger because we're doing something else now. completely different.
And now for something completely different.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
And here is Goth Day number 2. And let me
shrink
organize
it down.
this. There we go. There we go. We can probably do one more. There we go. Is that too small?
Mm.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but there we go.
I think we'll be okay.
I know
We'll be,
you still have to scroll, but that's better.
we'll be okay there. Oh, I think I
I
can
like all the
stretch this
neon on the tail. That's neat looking.
Yep. This is
Yeah.
probably one of my favorites.
So this one was interesting because it forced me to figure something out that I hadn't really thought about to begin with. This is also the first appearance of in the way that we've been doing this, we always had the characters originally who then became something in Goth Day. In this case, this is Lakeland's first appearance, and who she is in our real worlds came later.
Okay.
So that was kind of also another little interesting fun bit.
Also,
but this is under
the non-conformity of the current one as well, because you did it.
yes. So this is very much sort of a pseudo Little Mermaid idea through the whole thing, with a different twist to it. So this is Lakeland on the cliff, diving in, changing into the mermaid. So as we were drawing this, or as we were kind of getting started, because I had written the script and he was just drawing it, but as he was starting to draw it, I realized that if we're going to be dealing with underwater, we're going to need to do something to have light. Otherwise, we're just in the blackness of the ocean.
It'll be a black panel with a bunch of word bubbles, and that's it.
Yeah. So I told him, I was like, okay, look, we're gonna need to do something with the idea that we have some light somewhere. And when we started talking to Gat, I was like, so she's gonna be really dark, so we need to actually give her that luminescence that some fish have, in order to be able to see her in the depths, because we're going down. It's one thing if we're at the top, but we're going down, and so it's going to be a thing. But then even then I was like, we're still kind of in the dark, but that luminescence thing came back to me, and I was like, oh, you know what, all of these fish underwater, not all of them, but some of them have a lot of luminescence to them. So we're just going to use this as our light source. And so the mermaids are basically just tapping on the jellyfish and being like, turning their lights on. And it worked out really good. It did the job really, really well. This is, again, it's sort of the Little Mermaid. They're kind of ragging on her like, hey, where's your guy? And, what's going on? And they're kind of bent out of shape about, the surface people, doing what they do to the oceans. And then they're talking, you can see right here, they're talking about like, we take care of the problem when we can, sinking ships and so on. And basically Lakeland's like, yeah, but when does it end? You got the whole eye for an eye deal here where she's lost her eye. And there it is, an eye for an eye, Lakeland. But she's like, well, when does it stop? I can prove to you that not all the surface dwellers are the same, and so on. And she goes back to the top, and she gets found by the guys that are looking for her in this little cove. Again, there it is right there. It's not exactly the same, but we're kind of using that that motion sequence, that we kind of tap that vein on a lot. And here she is down here, and they're talking to her. Dude jumps in. Happy days, or not.
Yeah.
And so they catch her. This is not the prince that we know and are trying to figure out what to do with. Now, of course, this ties back into multiple things that we've done in the past. One, it ties into, as we'll talk about this in a second, one of our books specifically, but it also kind of ties back into what we did with Scheherazade. in the first issue with the sirens and so on. For those that remember the sirens, they were the one that they found strapped to the wreckage of the ship that they let go. And they came back again later on. So there's kind of a lot of different tie-ins with this story to some of the other stuff that we did. So they hook her to the front of the boat so that they can keep her wet, and so she won't turn back into a human, so that when they take her into port, they have their prize. But Lakeland is not thrilled with that. Shows she sings a little song, raises the dead, and the zombies
cool.
come to the surface and
take care of the problem.
That's awesome.
Take care of the problem. Yeah. So this is a direct sort of connection to our book, Princesses versus Zombies. And so that's where that came from. And so we have in Princesses versus Zombies, we also have a mermaid character. And so that's kind of the connection that we tried to make there. But yeah, that is that. So yeah, it's been interesting to write this stuff. And let me get, where did it go? Here. We'll talk about the new issue here, because we are about 45 minutes away from launching this baby. So we'll show you everything that's going on here before we get too far behind. There we go. There we go. Let me stretch this out. All right. So there we go. So we have the new issue, guys. This is issue 4. Goth Day, of course, Zach Raw right there on the front cover of our campaign. This will be launching at midnight tonight. We'll be officially in Goth Day 2026. This is the final issue. We're just kind of going through the preview here. A little bit of what this is, kind of what we just talked about. CB Zane and Gat Melvin are back on the colors, art and colors. So same art team that you guys have been seeing. 2026, we look at the societal construct of conformity and its rebellious counterpart, nonconformity. So as always, or not as always, but as we've been doing for the past, I don't know, couple of years at least, we have a wizard mock-up trading card.
Wow.
This is free to everybody in the first 24 hours. So this is not a stretch goal. This is just, you back it, you're getting this card. We've done about a dozen, 12, 13 of them so far. I'm trying to fill in the numbers because for whatever reason, when I made these originally, I was just picking numbers out of the air. And I could never remember what I did before. So like I started, I think the first one I ever did was number 3. And then I went to like number 9 and then like number 16. I was like, what am I doing? So we're trying to fill in all the number gaps now. So here's issue 10. Kale New on the art there. That's a piece of art from our original Goth Day 2021 series back in the day. So everybody gets that. Doesn't matter what the money is. It's not a stretch goal. It is a free card, period. You back at a physical level, you get the card. Simple as that. We also have, as always, we do day 1 things. In this case, we're going to do 24-hour things. So we have Pablo Munoz, we have Mike Chrome, and we have Lene Dye in our noir black and white editions. These will all be made to order, as always. So however many we order in that first 24 hours, that's it. Then they're gone. And if you miss out, I cannot help you. These do not exist in the warehouse. So please, if you're interested, grab them quickly. And then, of course, we talked about earlier, there's our guest spotlight, Stepan Sejic, catnip cover. I can't thank him enough for being part of this and being as cool as he was, listening to the doofus nerd giving him notes on how to do his job. But there we go.
good.
And as mentioned previously, there is a variant version of this book. Now, I will tell you, there's a few ways to get this variant version. Okay, we'll go through them as we go through them. The first way is just to get the holofoil right there. That's your basic, super quick, easy. Grab the holofoil version, and it's yours. All our holofoils and metals are printed to order. So whatever is ordered throughout the campaign, that's it. Generally speaking, they'll land somewhere in the area of 15 to 25 copies, and then that's all there are in the world. Stefan, of course, will get some comps, so you can always try and buy his comps. But the general print run is however many are ordered, that's how many we make, plus a few extras for artist comps. So that's the first way that you can get it. We'll talk about it more as we go along.
If you're limited is your thing, that's the way to go.
Boom. 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 Stretch
a-
goals. Yeah, what was that?
I was just saying that's an impressive variant because you got the shift in the pose, and then you also got the change in face along with the effects on top of that. It's like you put a lot of extra work into that. That's pretty cool.
That's what this moron was like. Can I get a patch? And so he did that, and I was like, "That's amazing! Thank you so much for that." So
it's I would think it's almost even a little slightly more than just a patch, because it's more than just overlay. It's like you said, there's actual. It's a variant. There's actual.
It's the hand movement, the face movement, the coloring is different because the pink is glowing. Yeah, it's a great piece.
He did an amazing job. Yep.
Fantastic piece, guys. So you can get the standard, nice and easy. You can get the variant, nice and easy. Okay. But there's other ways to get this one.
Yep.
So stick with us and we'll let you know how that works.
But wait, there's more.
Yes. Stretch goals. The first stretch goal will be the collector's trading card set that I'm doing with JD Rosario, Rob Multari, Marvin Wynn, and JD Calderon. So there's going to be 9 of these cards all together. I think now with this one, I think 4 of them are released. We're going to do an update in the campaign to give you guys links to the previous campaigns, because if you missed the cards, we still have late pledges open for those campaigns, and you can go back and pledge and still get the card. We're going to have that so that we can do that throughout the year. So if you miss something, you can always go back and get it.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah. And here's the entire set. So you can see all the cards that are part of the set. You can see late pledges. So we'll get you all those links so you can go back if you missed something. And then on the back of these cards is a puzzle for one big image of these characters all put together.
This is why it's important to get those links and get any missing cards.
That's correct. So it's like the old days of like Star Wars cards, stickers where you got like the sticker on the front and the puzzle piece on the back. So cool. This is also, all of it is new art, the front and the back. It is all new art. This is not reused. This is not going to be used again. Like that catnip piece for my card down on the bottom left. That's the card you're going to unlock. That is not going to be a cover. That is not going to be a print. That is not going to be anything other than that card. So the only way that art exists is for these cards on all of them. All right.
All right.
And then of course the back is a group shot as well. So, and that's all new art. So that will be our first stretch goal at 6,000. And then we'll have more stretch goals, of course. Here's some sample pages of the book. Of course, we start immediately with exactly what we were talking about, where we get the walkthrough shots that CB and I are going to make famous. We're going to make this famous, I think.
And I noticed somebody there in that top panel too.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, Allison and I have a tendency of showing up in whatever it is that he's drawing.
Yep.
Covers, I mean, just yeah.
CB always puts Tom somewhere there, but then also he will pick people he likes their faces. So if there's crowds, if you look closely, it's either famous people or fans and other things like that. You're like, wait, I know that face.
Yep. That's cool Easter egg.
Yep.
So there is Naomi walking through town out to the beach. And she's got a little bit of power thing going on here. I will tell you that all of these places have names that he chose. Like up here, like we famously go to the Red Lobster all the time as Big Dog Inc. people. So he's got the Blue Clam restaurant right there on the front. This is Allison's Diner down here at the bottom. So CB just fills it up with whatever he feels is, appropriate for what we're doing. And then we're back here. So we double up on this, man. Same places, everybody's moved a little bit now. Yeah. So it's not just like static again. We've all kind of moved a little bit as our schoolgirl character wanders through, kind of doing the same thing, reaches out for Naomi. And then, of course, the crowd comes out, seeing her floating up into the air. And she gets pushed out of the way. Everybody's rushing to get to Naomi. And then, of course, we have the stars. This is sort of one of the elements of this book. The design elements is the stars, because this is the first appearance of a character called Freedom, Domme. Freedom is her name. So she's got stars on her outfit. So I was like, okay, so we're gonna have Freedom kind of falling down behind her. I want the stars to kind of fall down and fill up the space as well, to kind of come with her. So he did that. And then, of course, when we actually have her on screen, she's got a star right behind her head. Yeah. And then that's to cool. The side as well. So there's some sample pages, guys. All of it will be colored, of course. Gat is working on it. So have no fear. This will all be colored. But it's cool to see, kind of how it starts too.
Yep.
So yeah, so there's some samples for you. First appearance of Freedom.
I like your outfit.
Yeah.
Everybody's digging on that. We've gotten some great response to that since we've debuted it. This was Sergio Rios helped me design her. Okay. And we went back and forth trying to find all the little details, where to put the stars. So she's got stars on her belt. She's got stars rings on her fingers, because I was like, if she punches somebody in the face, I want her to leave a star on their head. So we put
like the modified boob window.
Yes. Yeah. Obligatory goth fishnet.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's all there. She's got the big boots. It's all there. It's all there for you cosplayers. Just saying, it's all there for you. Yeah. So that is those are our stars of the book. Is Freedom and we could just call her Schoolgirl. I think people that know Big Dog Inc. will get the idea of what the hell's going on there. And there you go. So again, you guys got any questions? Let me know. But there's your preview pages. And now we're into the important stuff.
Dun, dun, dun.
The book itself. This was so again, this is CB Zane. He does the insides, he does the main cover. When he asked me for a cover, I was like, yeah, man, I'm trying to figure out how to do something non-conformity-esque for this cover. I had these weird abstract ideas of like one character up and one character like this way, and it was not landing at all. Yeah. But then, as I've talked about doing this show, I kept saying it over and over again: outside the box, outside the box, outside the box. And then I was like, oh my God. So listen, what if she's climbing out of the box? Literally climbing out of the box. And he was like, oh yeah, we can do that. And then I was like, so yeah. And then on the other panels, just have Freedom watching her, climbing out of the box with like these kind of surprised, faces. And so we get this sense of, she's doing something. It's not like everybody's just kind of standing around normal comic. Like, let's react to her climbing out of the book. So
the reaction faces are great.
Yeah. It's great. Came out really good. I like it. And then, of course, here she is right there. Narciso Sousa. This is another cover that's been sitting on the shelf for a long time. I really enjoyed kind of putting this together. The split up cape, the red and the white ribbons instead of like a solid cape. I just came out great.
Concept.
Yeah. I'm taking all the credit because that's what I wanted. I was really struggling too. Sergio did not understand what I meant about stripping, taking it apart. It was the hardest part to get him to understand. Stars on one side, all in a bulk, strip the red and the whites this side, make it like ribbons. That was so hard to and when you're dealing with sometimes English translation barriers, sometimes that's going to happen. But we finally got it, and then Narcelio did the cover for us. Looks great. Alenia Di Napoli on the colors. So this is the first appearance.
He's always a rock star.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's great. First appearance of Freedom right there, and that's her first cover. So come get a hold of that. Then we have Pablo Munoz returning to us. He just did a Wicked Witch of the West cover. Here is his Scarlet cover, which is just unbelievable. Love this. February. Gotta get his name right. February. Damn it. February. I'm gonna look it up because I don't remember. February.
I can't.
No, stupid Facebook. Bring me his name. Ferdian. February Ferdian. February Ferdian is the colorist, and he colored the Wicked Witch of the West one too. I love this cover. It's super dynamic. I've been chasing Pablo for a long time. Finally got him into our schedule, so I'm fully digging on what this guy is bringing to us. Yeah.
I like the expression and the angle of it. It's very dynamic.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. It's funny, like whenever, and I think this kind of happened with you too. It's like whenever I get covers from people, I'm like, just give me a few roughs, a few ideas, some poses. And usually I get like 3 or 4, and there's an immediate, like that one, it's that one, it's that one, it's that one. Like it's not even a question. And that's what happened here. I was like, yep, that one. I love the perspective is great.
Ding, ding, ding.
As similar with yours, you had the great perspective and you did it really well, putting the bat right in our face. So I love those things that we do. There's often in the art world, there's often a lot of just sort of static poses that we do. So whenever we have the opportunity to kind of get some
movement,
motion and perspective in it, like that just always is great. Yeah. And of course, here is the aforementioned catnip, cyber goth catnip. Mike did this entire thing, guys. He did the lines. He did the lines. And I told him, I was like, oh, we're going to have Ula do the colors. And he was like, oh, I already colored it.
He had it already colored?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like,
I can hear him saying that too, and that might in his voice.
Yeah, he was in the process of coloring it, and I was like, oh my god. And so he showed me part of it, and I was like, this is fine, dude, because he's done this before for us. He's colored stuff for us in the past. But I wasn't prepared for that. And so then he turns this in, and I'm just like, God damn, unbelievable. And then the only note that I gave him was he had the green cats on her thighs. He had those blue. And I was like, let's make those green. And he said, I think they're going to stand out a little bit. And I said, yeah, but I think that's okay because this whole thing is a mood ring, dude. It's red and pink and purple and blue and green. Like it's a mood ring. And as soon as I said that, he was like, yo, you're right. Like, and so I said, just show me the green. If it looks weird, we won't do it. But I think I want the green. And he plopped the green in, and I was like, oh, I want the green. He was like, yeah, it worked. So
it does. Yep.
Those colors are fantastic.
It really brings the eye in, and it just makes a boom. I was making some notes as I was looking over the preview color demos, and I called this the black light.
That'd be so cool as a black light poster.
Yep.
I mean, this thing as a foil is going to basically be that. It's just going to glow in all the right places. So this one is one of the ones available in foil, guys. So there is good old Mr. Chrome, who we get to work with once or twice a year. So take advantage. Don't miss out. There she is. Lakeland is we just talked about. There is Lakeland, our mermaid. This is Lene Dye, who has always done great stuff for us. This was a fantastic piece. Love this whole thing. I did not even know we were going to get the sunken ship. I was like, that's even better.
Yep.
All of it is great. Got the nice fin details and so on.
I love the water movement with her hair. It's really pretty. She did
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
The lighting on the hair is really cool too.
It's sunlight water dappled. You can see it coming through.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got that blue glow around it too.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of gives it a little bit of atmosphere.
Yep. Very nice.
Yeah. Lene dye. Again, guys, when you see these prices, $25, remember that includes your shipping too.
Yep.
All right. Shipping too. Shipping has gone up. We are not raising the prices on what we're doing. We're staying where we were. So, the average price now is about $7 to ship a book anymore. So keep that in mind.
Thank you.
Yeah, as you're looking at this stuff, remember your shipping is included in this stuff. We're not forced to gouge any of that at this point. I'm just gonna kind of eat some of that and make it easy on you all.
And this next guy, I don't know.
Yeah, there's that one. I mean, it's okay. It came out okay, right. I guess. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No. This is another one that, as a foil, is going to look crazy with that blue bat just sitting there. Pow.
Yeah.
Going to look.
And the rim lighting and just in the green on the goo coming out too. Everything is just going to subtly.
I try to give a lot of colors, so in case you guys do foils, because I played around with foil printing as well, and I've noticed that if you just put as much color in it as you can, even in the spots that are supposed to be like white or black, then it shows up a lot better in holofoil. So I try to do that with a lot of my artwork, just in case.
That's cool. I love it. Yeah. The voice of experience. That's really cool. So,
Yeah, I think I only had really 2 notes for you. It was something about the black goop. We wanted more black, longer tentacles, more reach out.
Yeah, more tentacles.
And then I was like, let's drop some stars in the sky. And then we were done. And then we were done. Yeah.
I just now noticed too the street lights. So that I love the way the perspective goes too. That gives it that more of that gritty feel. So cool.
Yeah, and I like that there's multiple types of light. Like you've got the far tall one, but then that closer bright yellow one is like
it's like tilted right towards the lens, so it's giving that flare off of it. And like I just use that as the rim light for.
Yep. And it all draws the eye to the bat. Like so. Very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then this is actually a weird little circle with this too. So the idea here, and you don't know this because I didn't tell you, but the idea here came from the Rookie book that we did in the regular Critterverse universe. There's Rookie got a one-shot issue where she's trying out for a baseball team and monsters show up and sort of at the baseball field. So when I was like, what am I going to have Zach do? I just fell back onto that, and I was like, well, let's just make monsters. Obviously this is Goth land, so there's gonna be monsters here. So let's just kind of lean back into that. This is completely different monsters. It's like tentacle monster stuff, but I was like, yeah, let's do like the monsters like that. And then when we reprinted the Rookie one shot, the regular one, through Antarctic Press, I had Eisner Adamar do a new cover for it, and we sort of fudged from this idea that you did, and we put the monsters' kind of hands and stuff coming in kind of from all the sides. So there's sort of like a weird 3-piece set that kind of all run together. But of course, she's not in this black outfit though in the regular book. So, she's got like a regular bat because she's playing baseball. But
Tom tends to like his triptychs. He likes to do things.
Yeah. I like how there's sort of like this thread through it all. That I think it's something that people sort of get, even if it's subconscious, like, oh, I get where we're going through all of this stuff. So yeah. Yeah.
Tom and
I
your
like this one a lot.
subliminals. Jeez.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. This will be great. This will be great. Mr. DeBalfo returns to Big Dog Inc. with Naomi. This was an interesting one that we had to do a little bit of modification with. Because when I told Mike what I wanted, he understood it, and he did it. But when we got to the color phase, it was not working the way we wanted to. And so we kind of did a modification. The idea here was that she was using her powers to keep the rain off of her, but not necessarily an umbrella power. The idea was, and you can kind of see how he's drawn the raindrops kind of splashing and doing things above her. The idea is that we were going to try and just make it where there's nothing above her except where the rain hit, and we were going to put little purple sort of effects under those specific drops. But it just was coming off as this weird polka dot like thing, and it wasn't
cohesive enough to be able to show that it was a continuous.
It wasn't readable.
Yeah. And so Elenia, she put a really soft bubble, and then basically just made the purple shoot back through the rain. Any part that's touching is sort of catching the purple and like electrifying. But then there's other raindrops that are just like rain, just kind of falling around. And so I was like, this works. This makes sense. It reads well. I showed it to Mike, and he was like, oh yeah, no, this makes total sense. So, little edit on the fly. Sometimes I'm too smart for my own good, in trying to come up with these like conceptually, like, oh, what are we gonna do? And
that's part of making comics is problem solving.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're problems of your own making.
Trust
but that's
me.
okay, as long as you can solve them.
I know all about that. So there is that, and that's it, guys. So that's your new stuff.
Yep.
That is your new stuff. So there are 8 covers total, plus there is the plus there's the variant right there. Okay. So now we've talked about the basics. Let's go. Oh, so here, this is Spin-Off Comics. Guys, I don't have many more of these left. This was a book I did with CB Zane and Wendy Shaner a million years ago. It is a 60-page anthology. So 3 20-page books, all in one book.
And this was Catnip.
Yes, it is Cyrus, it is Mighty Might, and it is the first appearance of Catnip. That is her first true full appearance. So she had the cover, of course, but then this is her actual first full story that then leads into what we do with Goth Day. I do not have many of these things left. So if you've not gotten one, do yourself a favor, because they won't be here for long. Some of these that you just saw are available in holofoil and metal. Most of them are available in one form or the other. So if you want one of those, just go through the rewards and you'll be able to find them, no problem. Again, all of those are printed to order. Again, the 40 and the 75, that includes your shipping. Easy peasy, guys. Easy peasy. Add on what you like. Then we have our combos. Guys, we have our mystery box, and this is the alternate way to get the Step and Sedgwick cover. These mystery boxes will have 10 BDI variants in them. 9 of them will be from different BDI books, so you get nice assortment of all the titles that we do, different artists, and so on. So it's a great starter pack as well as a mystery box. But it also guarantees you to come with the regular version of the Step and Sedgwick cover. So if you don't want to spend the 40 on the foil, you can come down here and get a deal on 10 books for $85. I mean, that's a deal. I can't even help you. If you do the math, that's an amazing deal, because again, that includes your shipping too. Just the math tells you that this is where you need to be. All of these need to sell out. And you can get that cover guaranteed in the box. We're only making 50 of those boxes, just like we've done with all the other mystery boxes that we've done. So that's the other way that you can get that one, nice and easy. If you need the previous issues, we got them 1, 2, and 3. Nice and easy. Again, you can get this regular, you can get this digital. Same with the new issue. You can get regular copies, physical, or you can get digital, however you want to do it. Then we have the Crossing the Veil combo. Guys, it is all 9 books. And look, that is the other way you can get
That's the final way to get it.
cover. Okay. Now, here's the thing. We are only making 50 for the box, and however many are ordered in this Crossing the Veil pack. So if we sell 10 packs, for example, we're making 60 books of that variant. And then the foil is its own thing. However many foils we sell, that's its own thing. So that is it. It is 50 plus however many we sell in the Crossing the Veil pack. That is how many of those will exist. All of the others, we are making 100 copies. That's our standard.
That's standard, yeah.
Yeah, that's our normal. Okay. So
okay.
Again, do the math. This is also where this is where you need to be. Just do the math. So that's all the new stuff, everybody. All the new stuff, all the combos, etc. And then we have the Big Dog Ink universe. We just have some stuff that maybe you've never seen before. We have the In Crowd, which is a spinoff from our Critterverse series. This ties into volume 4 of Critter High Tide series, where Tide Pool shows up and floods the United States. This tells you what the In Crowd is up to during high tide. Mm-hmm. It ties in, but it does read all by itself too. So you don't have to read any of the other stuff. Scheherazade Side Quest. This is the one shot that Nia Rufino did with Carrie Castor. It's the geisha in King Arthur's court. So again, same thing. There's more Scheherazade, but this is a standalone one shot. You can dive in and you'll be fine.
It's a great story. She did a great job.
Yeah, I agree. Iron Butterfly. This is another Critter spinoff. This is what we call an expansion pack book. So what this is the original issue 19 of Critter, which is the first appearance of Iron Butterfly, her first full story. And it also has a bonus 8-page sort of origin story added into it. So it's reprinting Critter 19 with bonus material. So that is the first time we've done a Critterverse expansion pack. I have a handful of those left as well.
That's Tom's solution to not just putting a new cover on the same old book.
That's correct.
He does a new cover, same old book, but he adds to it. So.
Yes. Always try and give some value. BDI Variety Pack, guys. We have a few books here. We have the reprinting of Mary Magdalene, The Temptation of Mary Magdalene, which is a prequel to Penny for Your Soul. We have the preview edition of Sand and Scales, which is our fantasy gladiator book that I'll get to. And we have It's Only an Island If You Look at It from the Water, which is our much delayed shark book. I'm hoping we'll have that next year. It's just, there's been every possible start and stop on that book. It's driving me crazy, but I'm hoping we'll have it for next year. But you can get the preview of it right here and get the idea of what is going on. With that, you get all 3 of those in one pledge there.
I keep saying it's like, I am not a shark person. Shark movies straight me out. Jaws traumatized me. I love that shark book. The preview. I want the whole book. From somebody who was scared of sharks, that's saying something. So
so do I. And I want to go. I want it for a weird reason. I want to take it to SharkCon. Because there's an actual Shark Con in Florida. Like, I want to go to Shark Con with a shark book. Like, that's
neat. That's legit.
That's the dream right there.
Yeah.
VD 13, 14, and 15. These are our anthologies, guys, our previous anthologies. Of course, we did 16 this year. Those are already done. They're at the printer. They're on our way right now. So you'll have those like end of July. Basically, when I get back from San Diego, end of July, early August, you will have Oz. Here's the thing. You will have Oz 26. You will have the BD 16 anthology, and you will have the omnibus,
the Spider Killer,
all shipping at the same time, guys. All of that is the perfect storm of books. Right when I get back from San Diego, it is feasible that all of those books arrive before I leave, in which case I'll just start shipping at that point too. But based on shipping schedules and stuff, count on the end of July, early August, but it may be sooner. Maybe sooner.
If they're all coming together, my mail carrier is going to hate you.
It'll be a
ND
big
bucket.
box. It'll be a big box. Yeah.
Oh darn!
Sorry, here's a whole lot of comics.
Exactly.
BD 13, 14, 15 anthologies. Each one of these is 3 different stories from 3 different books that we do. Ursa Minor, Princesses versus Zombies, Legend of Oz, Critter. BD 15 has the first appearance of the Amityville Sorority Sisters. That is a new book that I am doing with Jesse Witchman, because
Why not?
why don't I put something else on the burner? So that's that's the opening to it. He and I are going to be doing a big 40-page actual finale to the book whenever we decide to do it. But the beginning of it is there. You can get a hold of that. We have the Ursa Minor quick patch-up pack. This is the last 3 issues of Ursa Minor by Fabio Samau, Chuck Obach, and myself. This is basically 100 pages, so it's 20 pages, 40 pages, 40 pages. So it's a lot of vampires versus werewolves versus werebears and stuff. I will tell you that in 2028, Ursa Minor will be back for volume 4. Volume 4. Be volume 4. Fabio is coming back. We've already talked to Fabio. He is coming back to continue the series. Yep. So 2028 will be very Ursa Minor heavy
Centric.
with volume 4. We will probably have an omnibus for the first 3, hardcover and the whole thing. Keep your eyes open for that. We are even looking at the possibility of completely recoloring the first volume off of Ian's original pencils. So that book would be completely redone. We're gonna see if we can pull that off.
That is quite the endeavor.
yeah. Because for those that know, Ian himself has said that was the cursed book. Nothing ever worked the way that we wanted it to. Inkers were on, inkers were off, colorists were on, colorists were off. When I reprinted the original trade paperback, I forgot pages. Like it is.
That's right.
The cursed book. Yeah. So much like we did with Penny for Your Soul.
Issues, just
yeah. Much like you do with Penny for Your Soul, we're going to go back in. We're going to remaster the hell out of it and make it clean and what it is supposed to be for you. So we're already gearing towards that. In addition to a new volume 4. So keep your eyes open for that. Yeah. And we have a couple of pinup books, guys. Critter and Penny for Your Soul pinup books. This has some of the best art from geez, when did we put these out? Last year. So from the first 15 years of Big Dog Inc. from these books, some of the best art from guys like Eric Basildua, Nia Ruffino, Bill McKay, Shannon Mayer, on and on and on and on. Each one of those is 20 pages of art. I think we did 100 of each of them or 200 of each of them, something like that. So very limited print runs. And we have those available as a little bonus pack as well. And that's it.
Ta-da!
That's it. That's the whole thing. There will be no additional add-ons throughout the campaign. Okay. So you don't have to worry about waiting for anything. Just come and get it.
So I can look and I can do the math and I can budget from here and I'm good.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So what it is what it is what it is.
Right.
Yes. There we go.
Because already my wallet is already, yelling at you, Tom.
I've already told you the math, Shawnee. You know where you need to go.
Knowing that and then trying to make it work math-wise, 2 different things.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. Let me scroll down. Here we go. We'll show you the whole shebang down here again. Amazing folks on this, guys. 2 new BDI people, Zach and Stephen Sejic. Brand new character with Freedom is in here. It's quite a run. Yep. It's quite a run. I want to say, Zach,
I am looking forward to seeing more of your work with BDI because I really love your cover, and I'm definitely going to get one. And so so I'm looking forward to seeing more of you and how you develop another character. So this is exciting stuff.
Thanks. Well, I'm always looking forward to doing covers with you guys. I mean, this was a lot of fun.
good.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Definitely. I see. For me, it's always about finding the place where the artist and their style will shine the best.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this is perfect. And then as we go, there's an artist right now who I worked with. It's like because I told him the same thing. He's like, oh, I want to work more with you, and I'm like, you have such a specific style that like it was perfect for what we did, but now I got to find something else that will be perfect.
Work
because
with it,
because like that's not going to work for Critter. That's not going to work, for this. I love it, but I got to find the spot for you to because I want it to be relevant to the fans. I want it to pop.
Yeah.
You
don't want to just push it through something that just doesn't work.
Exactly.
I think we've all seen that on sometimes other campaigns where it looks good, but it just not quite there. And it's like, and that's not fair to the artist or the fans and everything.
Right. That's exactly it. I don't want the artist to be like, oh, nobody liked my stuff. I'm like, no, it wasn't for that. And so, that's always kind of the tricky part. That's one of the fun things about like the Critterverse is even with the mainline Critter title, because we have the Critterverse and we have all these different versions of her, it can lend itself to various artists. Like we've had, Mike Crome did a Nosferatu cover, the vampire Critter, but we also had Joel Gomez do it, and they're like just opposite, types of artists. So it's the Critterverse allows for some stuff that allows for style to kind of move through depending on how we're doing it. But
Jen Broomall's Cat Girl of Mars. I love that one. So
yeah, she did that to herself. But
I know, but it was fun. It was awesome. So.
Yeah, she designed a character that it's like a princess character, but on her arm she has like a gold bracelet, and then it goes up to like her elbow or something here, the other bracelet, and this whole part is just beads. It's just a billion, like a pearl necklace, right?
Yeah.
It's just like strings
just wrapped around.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be insane to draw every panel.
That's correct. And so
it turned out amazing emails, but you're looking at you realizing you can see her brain going, "What have I done to myself?"
So since then, that has become more of a sheer fabric, sort of like a sleeve type of thing, instead of like a million pearls. But
say that for the cover.
Yeah, well, and that's exactly right. It exists for the cover. Jen did a cover with it, and it has a million pearls on the cover. So she's designed stuff for us in the past where we're like, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
It looks great, but that's not going to work.
It's not sustainable in the long run.
Yeah, right. Would you ask Jack Kirby to draw 1,000 pearls on somebody's arm in every panel of a book? Like, no, you wouldn't do that. But yeah, no, that's fun. So yeah, I guess that's about it, guys. Zach, what are your thoughts? You got any questions or anything we need to know here? We're going to launch this thing in a few minutes.
Yeah, thanks for hanging with us for so long.
I appreciate you guys for letting me jump on, and those covers are awesome. I'm just so impressed with all the artwork on there. I was like wanting to get a few for my own collection, especially Chrome's. That one's so cool. But
Mike's been working with us for a while. His first. This is what I discovered. I used to tell people it was his first ever interior work. It's not true. He did some interior work, like short interior work, but Scheherazade was his first series work. And it looks great. And I've even asked him, I'm like, you want to do it again? He's like, yeah, but I don't have any time. So I'm like, a one shot, a short story, anything? He's like, yeah, I can do that. But we got to plan for that. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I can
Has to be firmly
plan,
scheduled
Mike.
in.
This is what I do is plan. So you never know. We
Tom and
might
his
be able to.
ubiquitous notepads. As long as he has a notepad dedicated to it, we're good. Exactly.
Right here. Yeah, so we might get lucky and get him back on something in the
God, if you
future
can
for that.
schedule
So,
something, but that would be amazing. If you could fit that in the schedule and he could do that, that'd be really cool.
yeah. I'm hoping. I'm hopeful. I realize I took that away, but we need to actually push go here in a minute. Yeah. I would love to work with him. I've got plans on what to do. Some ideas. I'll let him pick what he feels like he wants to do. If he wants to do Scheherazade, we can do more. If he wants to do something else, we can do something else. But that's the other thing is like Scheherazade is there's so much. God, Jesus, we had so much planned for Scheherazade. We just had no time to do it. There are covers that have been done for almost 10 years. That we were doing for that second volume before we went over to Aspen. So there's just stuff, kind of the ideas, the scripts, everything is just kind of sitting.
Limbo.
Yeah.
I know you said 28 is more going to be Ursa Minor, bringing that back. Is Scheherazade somewhere? I think, is there kind of an idea of having a year that is more dedicated to?
I was looking at potentially doing it for 29. That is a possibility. It'll really depend on if Carrie can and or wants to do it, because I would let her write it again. It's all there. We've already talked out what it is. It probably would need some tweaking now 10 years later, but if she wants to do it, then that makes it easy because I don't have to do it. If it's something where it's like, okay, you have to do it, like, well, all right, then I gotta see what else is happening. Because next year is all Critter, like 90% Critter. Then Ursa Minor primarily. Again, then theoretically Scheherazade. Maybe we mix in some Kaiju Epic, Lights, Camera, Jungle. We come back to those in that time frame too. That's a possibility. And then 2030 is our 20-year anniversary.
Wow.
20 years of Penny, 20 years of Critter, 20 years of Big Dog Inc.
Boom.
So we gotta be ready for that as well. So
well, like I said, I realize nothing, of course, is set, but I figured you would probably have some idea of trying to fit it in somewhere.
I do, yeah, and also we're looking at modifying the way we do all this Kickstarter stuff. We modified from 4 weeks down to 3. That's the max we ever do anymore. This is, I think, like 19 days or something, this particular campaign. But I'm looking to get them down to like 2 weeks so that we can just kind of move through stuff faster. But that means that I have to be way ahead on what I'm doing. The artists have to be way ahead on what they're doing. So like with Critter for next year, we're already way ahead. Like scripts are already done for next year. And we still have, 8 months left of this year. So, so it's working. The infrastructural concept is working. If we can maintain it and keep pushing it out, and stay ahead, and the artists can hit their deadlines, then we can look at 28 a little differently, and with Ursa Minor and whatever we want to do with that, and then so on and so on and so on. But so far, the infrastructural build out is working, and then we just kind of see where it's going to run. Cool. So yeah, that's it. So it's midnight, guys. It is officially World Goth Day. I have no idea who is awake, who is watching. We've had a lot of watchers. We've got a lot of reactions, but I think everybody's kind of just chilling out tonight. Where am I going with this?
It's also a weeknight for a lot of you. So.
Speaking of, I actually got to hop off here. It's getting kind of late over here. I got work in the morning. So thanks for having me on, Tom. Nice to meet you for the first time.
Of course.
Through video chat. Shawnee, thank you. And nice to meet you.
Yep, you as well. I look forward to hopefully hanging out with you more in the future.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, man. Well, like I said, this is going to be a few weeks running, so we're going to try and get
Okay.
some time with CB as well. So, when I work it out with him, we'll see if we can get you back on at some point as well, and talk to everybody with what's going on.
Fantastic.
All right.
Well, thanks, guys. I
Cool, man.
appreciate that.
Have a great night.
You
see you,
too.
Zach.
All right, bye.
Bye bye.
All right. Drum roll.
Oh my God, we did it.
It's
did it.
live.
We
Dun,
did it.
dun,
We did it.
dun.
We did it. We did it. Yeah, thank you for doing all of that. That was very fun.
It's good. And there it
And
is. I see it. Whoa.
as I said, tomorrow I am on the road going up
Okay.
to Traverse City for Cherry Capital Comic Con.
There's a mouthful.
Yeah, Cherry Capital Comic Con. They could call it C4. Cherry Capital Comic Con. MR Gunn is going to be coming through on Saturday.
Oh, cool.
So, if you guys are going to be up that way, he will be there Saturday only. I don't know exactly when, probably early-ish into the afternoon. Chris Hall, who is the new colorist for Penny for Your Soul, he might be there Sunday
Okay.
for a bit. And then Adam and Comfort, who are the critter designers, they are going to be there for the first time in a long time. They're going to be there. That was just found out. So they will have some of their covers that they did for the BD Index, in the new critter costume.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
We'll have those. So if you guys want to get those signed,
All right.
they'll be there to sign books. I think that might be all the BDI people. Stephanie Menard was going to come, but she had to cancel, other things going on.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll eventually get hooked up with her at some point. But then the only other person that I know that you guys might know is Chad Perkins. He's going to be there. He's not a BDI guy, but he's just.
So we know the name.
Yeah, you just know Chad.
Yeah.
And so he's going to be up there with his books. He's actually right next to me.
Trouble together.
Yeah. Oh, probably. Yeah, probably for sure. For sure. But yeah, it's a cool little show. It's, I won't say it's comic centric, but it is very comic
Oriented, kind of.
oriented. Yeah.
Okay.
Mark Wade is going to be there. They usually bring some good guests as far as like comic book people. So there's a lot of comic book people this time. They generally have some good comic dealers there. It's not like one of these shows that there's like 6 pops booths, it's a good mix. Like there's guys that bring old toys and new toys and just all kinds of stuff. So it's a fun show. It's a smaller show, so it's very easy to see everything. Yeah. And then the week after that, so if you can't get north, the week after that, I go south to Hall of Heroes in Indiana. It's like right past the border of Michigan, Indiana. So it's right at the northeast portion of Indiana. I'll be at Hall of Heroes there. And then the week after that, I go to Oz. I go to Ostravaganza in New York. So I've got 3 weeks in a row. And then I come back. And then when I come back, they dig up my septic system. That's great.
Oh, jeez.
That's great.
So
that'll be amazing.
Crazy travel, just to crazy homeownership.
Yeah, that'll be amazing. And then it's just basically kind of getting ready to get out to San Diego. I have some San Diego exclusive plans. Comic wise and other.
Okay.
I don't know if the other is going to work because of timing, but
Sure.
If not, it'll just get saved for stuff we'll do next year. Because
go.
it's Critterverse stuff. Because at San Diego, I'm going to be at the Antarctic Press booth.
Yep.
They were like, "Hey, come," and I'm like, "Okay." So I'm going to be there with them, and since they're printing Critter, the bulk of the display will be Critter stuff. I'm kind of designing this as like, okay, come figure out what Critter is. I had an amazing talk on Wednesday. I went into my comic book store. I didn't even know it, but Critter 12 is now out. It's on the rack.
I saw your post. It's out in the wild.
Yep. I was like, oh my God. He's almost sold out of them all. He only had a couple left.
Awesome.
And when I was there, they've also just recently let me basically build a spot in the store. They have these big racks, and he gave me 3 of them. He was like, "We'll take these 3, and then we'll see about expanding it or whatever." I was like, "Trust me, I can fill these 3 racks, no problem." And so for the past few weeks, I've been coming in every Wednesday and sort of shuffling it, like bringing different things, resetting the whole thing. But because
featured, you get to be featured at the
100%. Yeah.
Awesome.
It's really great. It's Comic Signal in Grand Rapids, guys, if you're out here. But because Critter is the active running book, like on the new issues wall, I always have Critter stuff there. And this Wednesday, I wasn't really planning to do anything. I just kind of came down to talk to him. I hadn't been there in a couple of weeks, and I'm going to go back and reset next week. But as I was there, somebody was looking at it, and he looked confused, and I was like, "Hey, I can help you. Like, tell me what I can tell you anything you need to know. What are you looking at?" He's like, "What? I thought this stuff was gone." And I was like, "What do you mean?" It was like Big Dog Ink. Like, I thought this was all gone. And I was like, no. And I gave him the story of going to Aspen and going to Kickstarter and whatever. And he was like, "Oh my God." And what's funny is he had been buying Critter through Antarctic Press. He had been buying this stuff. He had the new issue in his hand as he was wandering around. And I was like, "Yeah, no, listen, let me tell you the story," and blah, 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 blah. And so he actually grabbed one of the BD 14 anthologies because it had the steampunk Critter story in it.
Yep.
So he grabbed one of those, and he was like, and I was like, "Listen, there's so much Critter to come. There's so much more, blah, blah, blah." And he was like, "Oh, that's great, because this story is great. I got to know what the hell's going on. Like, what's this?" And with her mom and the whole thing. And I was like, "I got you. It's coming. Trust me. It's happening. You're going to be very happy." So that was like a great moment. There's a few people in there that I run into on Wednesdays now that they're like, somebody got very into Oz. So when we were running the campaign, he was like, "Oh, I got back your campaign on the thing." I was like, "Oh, yes. Awesome." So it's great. It's really fun to go down to that shop on Wednesdays.
And you get to connect with the actual people there instead of on virtual online. You actually get to see them and talk to them, and that's going to be an amazing feeling to be able to make that connection.
And we're selling stuff to people that they don't even know what it is because none of it's been in stores.
Right.
So we had Antoinette on the shelf, and when I came in, Don was like, "Oh, hey, we sold one of your Antoinette like expensive sets." And I was like, "Oh, which one?" And because I'd put a couple of expensive sets up on his expensive wall.
Sure.
And he was like, "I don't know." I was like, "Okay." So we went to look, and we had sold one of the Monty Moore sets of like the head and the headless version.
Yep.
So I was like, "Oh yeah, that one's gone." He was like, "Okay." And what's funny is that the people that bought it, they wanted the other one as well. But they were like, "Oh, they're just so expensive. We're going to get one." And I said, "So we'll just leave that one there. When I come and do a shift out, we'll just leave that one there too, because if they come back, then they can get it." But yeah, because again, it's a store that is seeing things that does not exist anywhere else in any store on the planet.
Yep.
So yeah, they're getting a dose of Big Dog Ink, and so
very,
far
very cool.
They're enjoying it.
Good.
Yeah, they're enjoying it. So, so I just gotta keep going in and keep reshuffling, and eventually he'll say, "Yeah, take 5 racks," and I'll be like, "Yes, that's fine. we'll fill it. Trust me, we'll fill it. It'll be good."
Sounds cool. And Sneaky's just gonna 3 and then 4 and then 5. Just gonna take over the wall.
I'll just start moving it over. Like they don't need to. What is this stuff? You don't need this stuff here.
You don't need this stuff.
Yeah. So we're almost
You
at
only need this.
$1,000 at midnight.
Yep.
That's amazing. Thank you all. Thank you all for sleepwalking through our show and hearing whatever details you needed to hear. I'm on my way. I'm on my way tomorrow. I will see you in San Diego.
Yes. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
My first San Diego in like
Forever.
almost 10 years, I think.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Like 9 years, I think. Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. So I'm excited, but I'm also kind of like, I can't say I'm dreading it because it's such an easy show. It shouldn't be, but it really is an easy show because of the way they do setup and breakdown and everything. Like it's really easy. They really got it down.
I think
Parking
it will
is
be because
parking is a disaster and hotels are a disaster, but
that's
that's
a whole other thing. But Antarctic Press, they've always treated you good, and I think they will help make it a fun, good experience because you'll be with them. So
I don't know who's going to be there. I'm assuming a couple people. My rep, Brian Denham, is probably going to be there.
Okay.
I'm hoping Ben Dunn comes out. I know he's had some stuff going on,
okay.
Health wise. So hopefully by the time we get there, hopefully he'll come out. I got to meet him when I was in Texas, but hopefully he'll come out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I think that's all the news that's fit to print, as they used to say back in the day.
This will be my first year for a number of years actually being just strictly an attendee again, since my friend gave up his shop. So yeah, so I'm actually looking forward to it. First, I'm a little nervous, but I'm actually looking forward to it. It's like it'll be different, but still good because less stress and everything else like that.
We'll make you the official AP gopher.
I could probably work with that. We could talk about it. Yeah.
Greg, I don't know if I'm coming back to Texas. I have not been informed either way.
Okay. They just kind of left you in limbo and you don't know yet.
I have no idea. I mean, I would guess that at this point it would be no, because I would assume that they would have told me something. But I'm not discounting it. They could be just waiting to see what they have as far as guests and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Stranger things could happen.
No idea. I mean, it's a big trip for me. So if they aren't game, I'm not going to sweat it. Because it's a large trip for me. It's a week for me to drive down and be there and then drive back. Like it's a lot. It's cool because I get to see you all and I get to see the Buchanans and I get to see Lori Calcaterra and Ben Dunn when he was there. So it's a cool show. I like the show, but
it's a lot.
It's a lot, especially since I'm doing San Diego too. Like that's a lot too.
Yeah,
but I haven't been to San Diego in almost a decade. So I think like next year, just as an example of what I'm talking about, next year, I'm going to be looking to get into some of the shows that I haven't been to in a long time.
Okay.
So Heroes Con, I haven't been to in probably 11, 12 years.
Wow.
Planet Comic-Con, same thing. Trying to think of where. I'll probably try and go back to Baltimore next year. I'm never doing New York again. Not because of the show, because I can't deal with that city. So unless they want to like airlift me in or something, then that's fine. But
unless they've have transporter technology developed by them.
That's correct. Yeah. If you want me in New York Comic Con, you got to develop transporter technology. That's how we get it done. Right now, some nerd is out there like, well, we're going to work on that right now.
We got to make it happen.
Yeah, we got right now. So there's those. MegaCon is another one. I want to go back down to MegaCon. So next year, I think we're going to be in places that we haven't been in quite a while. So we'll make those announcements as they happen. The rest of this year presently is kind of simple. Monroe Comic Con, I'll be there with CB Zane in September. Akron Comic Con, I'll be there with CB in November. Rob Multari is usually down there too.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like there's something else?
It's on a notepad somewhere around you.
Well, in this case, it's on an Excel spreadsheet.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, this one, I built a spreadsheet for all these cons because I didn't know what the hell was going on, or
Smart.
when it was going on, or anything. Let me see here: May, June, July, San Diego, Monroe. Oh, that's it, really. So Monroe and Akron is sort of it the rest of the year. There's an off chance I'll be in Chicago for Fan Expo. I might look at seeing if I can sneak in, but that's usually well packed out ahead of time. So again, that would be one that I'd probably do next year just to get into a place I haven't been in a while. But yeah, so it'll be a mellow, at this stage, it's a mellow final few months, but then it'll start quickly next year because MegaCon is usually like February or something. Holy crap, we're already at $1,200
Nice.
at 16 minutes at midnight. Did you ever raffle off those NEI books? I still have, I am raffling them whenever someone buys a set. Like I've sold them on the web store, I've sold them on eBay. So whenever someone has bought a single or a set, I have pulled tickets, but I will tell you they are all still available. No one has won the foils yet.
Okay.
They're all still here, all three. So you know, when I do these, and that's the other thing, when I go to the cons, I just bring them. I bring those things. Yep. I bring the bucket of tickets, and I say, here's the thing. So, you know, we'll have them. NEI is going to be with me this year at, oh, no, we've told you, it's not a secret anymore. NEI is going to be with me at Ozstravaganza this year for our 15-year anniversary of Oz. So I will be, I don't know that we'll sell any Pokemon girls at Oz, but we're going to bring them anyway. And if somebody wants them, again, we will raffle them out until somebody wins. It might take a little while, but
eventually it's going to happen.
Somebody's going to have to win them because it's the only way we're doing this is to win them. So
Greg,
yeah.
you still have your friend still has a chance.
Yeah, tell your friends to start buying them, and then you can buy the foils from them.
There you go.
So for people that don't know what we're talking about, we did this set of books. Hello. What are you doing? There we go. We did this set of books. So this is a 3-piece set of books. So you can see they're broken up like this. Of our Pokemon legendary birds, our characters turned into legendary birds. Nia Rufino did this, designed the outfits, and did the whole thing. So we did 100 sets, and there is one holofoil made for each one of these birds. And the way that we're the way that we're dealing with those one-of-ones is whenever somebody buys a book, they get to pull a ticket out of a bucket. And if you pull the blue ticket, you win the foil of your choice. If you buy all 3, you can pull 3 tickets, and so on and so on and so on. Yep. So we have sold these at cons. We have sold these, on our eBay store and so on. And so every time somebody buys a set, I pull tickets. So the bucket is not being refilled. The bucket just sits. In fact, it's right here.
See, I should have waited because I have a set and I did not win a foil. I did not get a blue ticket. And now I can't afford to buy another set.
It's literally right here. The same bucket right there.
That is the bucket of goodness right there.
That's it. So it's just here. And whenever somebody buys it, I go in and I don't look and I mix it up and I pull a ticket. Watch, this will be blue. Watching. No. Okay. So I pull a ticket, and then if it's not a winner, I put it aside. It does not go back into the bucket. This does not get refilled. And then we move on. So yeah.
So eventually somebody is going to get that dang blue ticket.
That's correct. That's correct. Even if we get to a point where there are 3 blue tickets in the bucket. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
that point, I think Greg and I might just be say, message us and let us know. So then we'll split. They will buy one and we'll just pull tickets.
Yeah.
Greg and I are in the
we-
same thing. We both have sets, and neither of us. The blue tickets are elusive. It's mocking us there in the bucket.
Yeah, I would guess we'll probably sell a bunch of those at San Diego. So
Yeah.
my guess would be somebody at San Diego will probably
Probably.
yank at least one of those out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. Yeah. So anyways, exclusives. Yeah, we have. So I have a couple of things. One, MR Gunn has already done a cover that we're going to do probably for that. We'll let you know once it's all finalized. There's another idea that I had in my head for, again, conceptualization of covers, right? Like this idea jumped in. It started as another thing. I was like, oh, we could do that. That'd be fun. And then
Most of your stuff does.
as I kept thinking about that, there was terminology that went with it that I was like, oh my God, that's a thing. And so I'm talking to somebody about, I want to do this for a cover for San Diego, whatever we want to do. But it's something that we could do sort of forever because it's a concept that could go across the board.
Okay.
And as soon as I say it and you see it, everyone will understand.
Gotcha.
But until it is bolted down,
solidified. Yep.
Yeah. It's like I'm not name dropping my bucket list, and I'm not name dropping my concepts until I have this nailed. That's right, until it's nailed down. But I think it'll be really fun.
Okay.
And then again, the concept that spawned that'll be ridiculous and dumb too. So, so
well, yeah. This crowd likes ridiculous and dumb. So
ridiculous and dumb. Yeah. So we'll see how we can do all of this stuff, but okay. We're gonna have critter stuff, and then there is a merch idea for San Diego that I really want to have. I just have to figure out if the people that make it can have it to me in time to do it. And if not, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
I'll just use it next year. But I think it would go over really well being at AP, being with the critter stuff and so on. I think it would be a good selling and a cool thing too. Because I have all the art for it. Art's all done. Everything's set up. I just have to get it to them. But if they're like, I don't know if we can get it to you by then shit.
Then it's like shit.
Yeah. I mean, I could save some time if somebody had an address that I could maybe send it to.
Gee, I don't know who you might know out this way that might be willing to do that.
Yeah. That might gain us a couple of weeks. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that plays. I'm hopeful, but we will have at least some sort of a variant cover for San Diego. It'll be our first one since, we were only there on our own for 2 years before we went over to Aspen. So there were we didn't even have San Diego exclusives when we were with Aspen. We had the art books. They did the art books for us. So there were those, but we didn't have an actual like San Diego exclusive. We did a few for some other cons, but that's weird.
I think it was just such a weird time though. Because I think the transition and everything else, and it was just,
Yeah. Oh, look, Greg caught on.
Thank you for keeping up with us, Greg.
Well done, sir. Well done, sir. I never would have thought of that, sir. Oh my God.
We tease, Greg. We get you. So
yeah. So hopefully we'll have that, but if not, we'll have some other stuff. I don't know. That's about it. I think that's about it. I think that's all I got.
That's a lot.
I think that's all I got, people.
And look at that. We broke 1,500.
Yeah, in 25 minutes at midnight. Like that's really weird.
Yeah,
it's like super.
It is weird, but it's cool, and it's also, I think people know that you said this is it. This is the penultimate Goth day, and so I think people are going. Ah!
Well, and I'll tell you, we had it took a long time for Kickstarter to approve it, and because we were
shenanigans going on.
We were in the approval process while all the bat shit was happening.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, are we like hosed? Like there's nothing in here that's problematic. I don't think.
No,
I mean, I thought maybe we'd get flack for the mermaid because but she's covered. It's not like there's black bars or anything. And then it was like, pop, okay, you can do it. I was like, oh, okay, thanks. And then, it really only took a couple of days. Right before we launched, I looked, we had 92 followers just in a few days. So, people were figuring it out.
Keeping an eye out. They were aware.
Oh, why can't I see what is happening right now?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm in the preview thing. That's why I couldn't find my dashboard. I was like, they took away my dashboard link. Like, what's going on? Mr. De Leon, you were second place. Second place, sir. Okay. Mr. Burks was lurking.
Oh, he's lurking, and he just swooped on in there.
Swooped right in. Yep.
All
swooped right in.
He snaked it. Good for him.
And then Shawnee was number 3.
Oh, I made number 3. Yay.
You made number 3. Yep. Mr. Freddie
made my lucky number. I like
3, 4, 5. Freddie didn't quite make top 5. 6 and 7 was you and Freddie, Greg. 6 and 7. Yeah. There's a most of the people in here I know, but there are a few that I don't know.
Okay.
It's always interesting to see what people are buying here. Oh wow, those noir sets are off the hook.
Like cool.
Pow, pow, pow. People are getting those noir sets. Holy smokes. Yeah. Cyber catnip.
Yeah, that's going to be a popular one.
There's that's a big surprise, right?
Yeah. Not
spotlight catnip. Yeah. So this is great. This is great. This has been going nicely.
I did my normal one. I grabbed one I know I like, and just to get my pledge in, and then now it gives me time to kind of go do the math.
Get in and then make your adjustments later on.
Do the math, do some finagling, figure some stuff out.
That's fine.
It's all good. So yeah, I really like the noir covers, but I think I'm going to pass this time around for them because there's other things in the campaign that I would rather have. So I think I will do that. There's a couple I might actually see if I can save up, because 1 or 2 of those I might do a metal, because there's definitely one of those, and maybe 2 that metal is just going to be amaze balls. So I'll see if I can swing that. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Anything else that we need to talk about here tonight before we bug out?
And while you're tired of listening to me go, I don't know what I'm going to do.
we talked for 2 hours and nobody said a word, and then we launched the campaign, and all of a sudden everybody's chit chatting. So if you guys got questions, you got thoughts, comments, anything that's coming up, I'll give you a couple of minutes here before we bug.
Bueller.
Yeah. I've got messages here from an artist. I got so much stuff. That you guys want to see, but then you told me you don't want to see it. So I said, okay, you don't get to see it then. You know what I mean? All you Patreon people were like, nah, we'll wait around for whenever. And
I was fine either way. And I like seeing the sneak peeks, but if other people don't want to see it, that's fine. I was going to be outvoted anyway, so whatever.
I was a little surprised that it was such a nonchalant, because I was like, about to just post it. Like, guys, you got to see this. And then I was like, well, wait a minute. This is a little far out for like new stuff. Like if it was just a picture of a character you guys had seen before, I'd be like, whatever. Here's the new artist. But the new artist and the new colorists are doing characters that no one's seen before. And so
I wonder
like,
if we kind of like we dug ourselves in, because sometimes some of us are like whatever, and we know that if some of us are chalant enough, there's enough people that will say no, show me. They usually else, but now it's like we're hoisting our own petard because all of us just went nah, and now we're like, damn it, now we don't get to see it. We're our own worst enemies.
The next exclusive will be out for so it'll be 6 months. Will be June. So you guys will have your 6 month in like July, August. It'll ship out July, August. Yeah, that'll be your next one there. Yep. Yeah. So that's that. But yeah, I've got this guy. He's one of the guys that we talked about during the show, who is like that should be at 1600. I think that's about to roll over. He's one of the guys that's like, oh my God, this is like really great. And then when the colors came in, he was like, holy crap. And that's basically what I said too. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not even saying either of these guys' names, because they're new. And I'm like, I'm not getting poached on these dudes. Like, there's no way I'm getting poached. So they both know, like, I have a string of, I'm just like, you're going to keep doing things. So don't take any other jobs. I'm just, when you're done. So you finish the first one. I was like, here's another one. You finish the next one. I'm like, here's another one. So he's like, God damn. I'm like, yeah, just go. I'm happy.
Being new though, they like that because that's guaranteed work for them. And
sure.
So yeah, exactly.
Well, I think that they're surprised that that's the reaction, right? That they're surprised that it's like another one.
Yeah,
like what's going on? Like this stuff's not even in print yet. I'm like, I don't care. I like it. I don't care if anyone else likes it. I like it. Exactly. And that's really where it starts. That's where it has to be. Yeah. This is not accurate. Let me refresh.
No, you're something's frozen because I'm at 1709. There we go.
You're at 17?
I'm not. Wow. Well, 1709. Yeah.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it definitely it definitely fell behind. Okay, good. Yeah. So these guys are both. I told them, like, because they're doing. He's doing, because I have 3 new villains for Critter for this next volume. And I was like, so I had him do the first one just because I was like, I really like this character. I really like what you do.
Put them together. Let's go.
Do it. Let's go. And then I used one of his colorists, one of the guys that had been coloring his stuff just like on the site. Because I just found these guys just doing fan art. And I was like,
well, that's really how you do.
I was like, that's awesome. Like, what? And then the colorist, I'm like, yes. And then it just worked. And so he did the first one, and I was like, Jesus. So I'm gonna have you do this guy now. And
okay.
And he was like, this guy's incredible. I'm like, great, okay, cool. And then he's done, and I was like, okay, now you're gonna do this guy. He was like, what? How do I do this? Like, I'm like, you do it like this, and he was like, yeah, I love it. And so I told him, like, when you're done with that, I got another one.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah. So I told him I'm just gonna string him out and just keep going and going and going.
Okay.
It looks so good. I'm
excited.
And then we're designing it with the new logo as well. So all of this will be like the new logo. Here, I'll show you guys what the new sort of layout looks like. We're still tweaking it a little bit, but so like on the new layouts for these new pieces, I have kind of the new. It's a little bit different, but it's basically the same. This is what the new. What is it? It's here. This is what the new sort of title stuff will look like, starting in 2027 with volume 7.
Can you believe that?
I should have been way past that. That's what's kind of ticking me off, is I need to be way past that.
But the world decided to throw you a bunch of curveballs. So
it did. So this was a cover that we did for the Comic Signal for their
Yep.
their thing, which I still have to get invoices out to you all for these things. I have them in hand, so
Okay.
I'm going to get invoices out to you all. Greg, you messaged me too, so I'm going to get invoices out for you guys, so you
I
can
think you
have
were
your.
doing some research for me too. So
Yep.
cool.
So we'll have these available, but that's the new layout.
I like it.
The white letters, the white sort of bars at the top, the
I like
logo.
it how it kind of a little bit of negative space it goes into it, and
Yes.
Yep.
I totally the same. I really like the negative space aspect. I like the BDI logo sitting on the bottom. You know, all of it blending in. So like the letters for the people, it like blends into the bar. Like there's not a space. I like how it seems like it's like one thing.
I like
and,
it's very, even though it's crisp. It's very yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
I don't know how else to describe it, but yeah.
Yeah. So this was produced for the Comic Signal. This was their store exclusive. But when I started to do the stuff for the new guys, I dropped their art in so I could show them what it was going to look like. And I did a little bit of tinkering with some of it just to kind of give it an extra punch. And it looks spectacular. And he said the same thing. He was like, that looks incredible with all the letters on it and stuff. I was like, yeah, I think we got something. I think this is going to be just fine.
Yep, I agree, Greg.
There you go. Yeah, it is. And Narcelio, man. I mean, that's Narcelio. I had him do it because he is the AP Critter cover artist, and since Comic Signal, they sell those variants. And listen, they have none of his variants on the rack.
Gone.
Any previous issues of Critter that they have, which is very sporadic from issue 1 to like 11.
Yep,
I think they have like 5 issues from those issues. None of them are the variants. So everybody snaps up the Narcelio stuff. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to give you Narcelio then, and we'll have you do that. Plus, second appearance of Medusa on that cover there, which that's, you know, spoiler alert for, you know, spoiler alert. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, we have rolled over 2,000, by the way, guys. That's about to switch. That is about to kick over.
Yep.
So kick over. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Because I'm watching my iPad keeps like, you know, ding ding ding, and so I thought that we were over this now, but apparently we're stuck.
It's mocking us.
That's dumb. That's just dumb.
Somebody go add something.
It's gonna upset me now.
Let's get another person. We need one more backer in there. We need 25 backers and over 2,000.
Oh my god. But yeah, so that's the Critter stuff, guys. New logo, new design. I will tell you that volume 7, you know how we all have subtitles for the things. Volume 7's arc title is going to be called Animal Farm. So I'll let you figure out how that's going to play out. But there's going to be a lot going on, And then next year, Critter, the regular series will run, but we will also have spin-offs. The BD 17 anthology, we already showed you guys that. The teaser, that'll be all Critterverse next year, including printing a story by DM Ray. You guys know DM Ray from Madcaps. He is writing a Paranauts story.
Wow. Right.
I am writing an Ukalik story literally for no other reason than I want to use the logo again. I was like, I love the logo so much. I loved her story. I'm writing an Ukalik story. That was just it.
I like Ukalik.
And then the third one is also sort of a little finally we get to do it. Keith Thomas, who was a good friend of ours many moons ago, co-creator of Into the Suck with CB Zane, passed from cancer. God, I don't know, 7 years ago or so.
It was a while ago.
He had written a story for us that was going to be in the Critter Annual #2,
right?
Before we went over to Aspen. So we went over to Aspen. That book got canceled, and I just always assumed we'd come back to it at some point with Aspen, but we didn't get that far. And So it was written, it was drawn, it's done. The book is done, and it has sat on our shelf for 7 years.
It's been
And
carefully tucked away, going, my
100%.
time is coming.
100%. In fact, it is drawn by none other than Jose Luis, who is the original critter artist. I will tell you that Keith got to see the art before he passed. I made
good.
sure he got to see it.
Oh, good.
So he knows that it was going to happen, and all of that. So it is done. It is right now. Chuck Obach is doing the colors on it. He's the guy that colored Ursa Minor with Fabio. So it's going to look really nice.
There we go.
There's our 2000. There's our 2000.
Thank you. Backer number 25.
And now somebody's going to drop out. That's how this works.
No, not yet. Not now.
So that is Polecat, part of Perfection. It's a solo story with her.
Okay.
So we will finally get to produce Keith's last work for us.
I'm so excited.
And so we'll have the Critter volume. We'll have the BD17 Critter verse book. And then we will also have 3 spin-off books by Lori Calcaterra,
Okay.
Pat Shand,
Yep.
and CB Zane.
Wow.
And those will be their own books, but Pat and CB, their books will kind of combine a little bit. They will actually run. Lori's is a standalone. It'll connect to the Critterverse, but it's a standalone story. Pat, so she's doing new characters called the Lone Stars. Well, they're not new. They've appeared one time in Critter 15 at the end of the High Tide, where you can see all of the different places. They're like New York and Florida and Texas, whatever. And you see all the different groups of people fighting Tide Pool. Yep. So the Lone Stars appeared in a few panels. So when I was thinking about this, I was like, and I was trying to figure out like who could I tap on the shoulder to do something. I knew 3 of the characters. I knew who and what they were. There was a 4th that I didn't really know. I was struggling a little bit with her, but I got it figured out. And so I tapped to Lori. I was like, so I have this Texas team of nonsense. Do you want to write a story for them?
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, yeah. So that's done. She's finished her script. We've already got that done. Like I said, the infrastructure
saw a little bit of that, right?
Yeah,
so some of the hints, character studies.
And so that's done. And then so Pat Shand is going to do the in crowd. So he's been writing Slipstream, who's part of the in crowd. He's going to write the in crowd. And then the follow-up to his book, to his story, will lead into CB Zane, who is doing a Tomcat and Tiffany story. So
that's right. Okay,
Tiffany's part of the in crowd.
Yeah.
So obviously we know something's going on where Tomcat and Tiffany take off on their own story. So, and then we'll have the rest of the Critter stuff that I'm doing. So that is next year's sort of. That is
a shit ton of Critter.
Hyper focus. Yes. The Lone Stars. Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah. And I know who is doing her book. I won't say it yet. We haven't dropped it yet, but she has an artist colorist who's doing it, who is known in our indie circles, which is great.
Nice.
I was when she suggested him, I was like, I'm fine. You do whatever you want. I'm fine with that choice. And then I don't know if CB is going to draw his book as well, or if he's going to just write it and give it to somebody else. That I don't know. Okay. And then Pat's a writer, so he'll find somebody to draw his thing. But yeah, that'll be 2027.
I imagine for Stevie it'll depend on kind of just juggling too, about how much time he had scheduling.
Yeah. But yeah. So
very cool.
That'll be good.
Exciting stuff to come.
And DM has already finished his script. He sent it in today. I did some notes, and I got to go through. He messaged me back, but it's very minimal to deal with. And then that's done. So again, the forward infrastructure, it's working. Like we're way ahead. Critter 26 is written. It's done. I know where 27. Well, so Critter will be, for the first time, we're going to be doing the old school system. It'll be a 20 page, a 40 page, and a 40 page. That way we only have 3 campaigns to deal with instead of 5 to get that 100 pages. So, but I know where it's going, and we've got the covers from these guys, these new guys. I have some conceptual ideas of how to do some cover stuff. And of course, whether that plays or not is a whole different discussion, but I have some ideas. I have some people that I want to get involved with things. And so I think Critter is going to be 27 is going to be a great moment for the second best. So Critter has been the second best superhero comic book in the universe. Mm-hmm. As of 2027, she becomes the second best superhero universe in comics. Dun, dun, dun. Throwing down the baton. Yeah.
I like it.
So it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
There it is.
It's going to be good. Guys, we've crossed $2,000 in like 40 minutes. That's crazy. It's midnight. It's 1 o'clock. Go to bed. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? All of this will be here tomorrow. Don't worry.
Exactly.
Don't worry.
You won't, but
no, I won't. I'll be on the road. I'll be checking in. But
yes.
Because tomorrow is just a preview night. So it starts, I think, at 4, goes from like 4 to 9, I think. So I'll be up there, hanging out. We'll check in with you all. We'll remind you that these 24-hour day one things are 24-hour day one things. They will shut down and turn off tomorrow, today midnight. It will crap out. And then you can't get them anymore. Even when we go to BackerKit, they are not available for you. So it is a 24-hour. This is it. Get them now, and then you're done. Am I going to do Facebook shows? Yeah, I've talked to CBSN about it. My spots on Wednesday and Sunday are there for me. Okay. I'm not going to do anything until after San Diego for sure. It's just too much with the cons right now. But yes, once I get through with San Diego and I'm back here in August, we will start to promote the return of Big Dog Inc. to the Comic Book Shopping Network, as well as the Sunday night Comic Book Night in America shows. So yeah, we will be getting back to it. And I apologize for not doing it, guys. There was no energy to do it.
It happens.
It was 2025 was not great. Yeah. And so I just kind of put everything aside. I'll tell you, our first show will be 223, which means we'll have 223, 224, and then 225 will be customer appreciation night. So we'll get to, on our third show back, we'll have a big sort of grand reopening sale.
Darn.
And do our thing and get back into it. So so keep that in mind. But once I kind of have a sense of when we're going to start it, we'll start marketing it ahead of time so everybody knows that we'll be back. Plus because this whole place is all different now. I have to figure out what I thought I was going to do for the new setup is not going to work. So I have to figure that out, but I'll figure it out. And I got to have a place to put up the racks and so on. So we'll figure that part out, and then
somewhere where you're always constantly hitting the tripod.
Yeah. I do that even sitting down, like it's right here. And we were doing our checklist show. You remember the checklist shows? Yep. And I would just spin and kick the tripod. So it's
Yep. You went from, it's like we it's like, we have to have a bingo card. It's like Tom loses a pen, Tom kicks the tripod, something like that.
Yeah.
And so we'll have
and the over under on how fast too. It can go really fast.
Yep.
But yeah, that's the answer to that for sure.
All right.
I can also tell you that Oz 2728 this year will also be launching after San Diego. So late July early August. That'll be the next issue of Oz.
Nice.
And then the final issue of Oz will be like October, November. So, but those are also already underway. But like I said, all that Oz stuff and the omnibus, like it is on the way. Like it is coming. So you guys are going to have ginormous boxes of stuff very, very, very soon to deal with. You'll have you'll have your spider killers and all your extra issues. And at some point, I really want to do it this year, if I can. Is the next BD Index book?
Yes.
It is well underway.
Okay.
But I still am shy a few listings as far as finding artists. So I've got to find, because again, I don't want to double up. There's a bunch of new guys that are part of it, which are great. And there's a couple of guys that I want to tap on the shoulder and see if they want to do it again. And if that works out, that'll help me tremendously. But I gotta find like 5 or 6 more artists for listings. So
when you say not double up, are you talking just not doubling up in each section, or not doubling up through the whole thing?
In each book.
Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. I was going to say, if you're going to double up the whole thing, that's going to be tough.
No, it's impossible. That's impossible. So
somebody who does like A through C, one of those can come back and maybe do
100%. It's already happened. Yeah,
gotcha.
Already happened. Yeah, I tapped on a whole bunch of shoulders. Do you want to do another one? Do you want to do another one? Yeah. And then there's a whole bunch of new guys that are coming in too, they've done a great job. So
good. And then you have a good rotation as you go through and everything else. And then
yes, yeah. Let's see, Deacon Slade is new. He did one of the pieces. The guy, oh God, what's his name? The guy who I did Plan 39 with.
Yes, him.
That guy.
That guy.
He's doing one of them. Alzir Alves, who is the head of JB Neto's studio, he did one. So there's a bunch of new guys and there's a bunch of mixed guys. And as I told you all on Patreon, there is a new first appearance character in the book, like there was in the first one. So there is that.
Exciting.
Which is great. I had the guy who designed Freedom in this. He helped me do the design for this character. I fell in love with it. I was like, God damn, I love this character. I started dropping color on it myself because I needed somebody to draw it immediately. And so I will tell you that Pedro Perez did the piece of her for this BD Index. It's ridiculous. It's so fun. And
he does fun work anyway. It's just,
He keyed in on it immediately. And then when I gave it to this new artist, he took it and just ran with the ball. I was like,
mine, all mine.
Just like, oh my God, ridiculous. So,
all right.
Super fun. First Index is very well done. I mean, there's only so much room, to write stuff. So I had to just kind of keep it tight, give you the information that's really relevant. And I think it all came out pretty good.
Yeah, it did. And I think to Greg's point, it's true. I mean, because you wanted it tight and concise. I mean, because otherwise then it becomes a different thing. It's not really an index, then it's something else.
Right. Yeah. You don't want them to be a story. It's just like, this is what it is. This is because really,
this is who, this is what, this is why, and there we go.
The primary sort of purpose of the whole thing, which is why I did alphabetical across the Big Dog Inc. universe instead of like a Critter version and a Penny version. Yeah. Like I want people to buy it and read the Critter stuff, but then be exposed to the Oz stuff and the Penny stuff and the Ursa Minor stuff and whatever, so that they're like, oh, these are like cool characters too. Like, let me find these other books. So that was kind of the impetus for doing the whole thing.
And then those of us who are already across the board, we get to see, that's a new one. Who's that? So we get to find those little ones and go, hey, I need to know more about that one.
Well, there's the first appearance in the first issue. There's the first appearance in the second issue, legitimate first appearances. But then there's also characters that are very background that are getting listings as well.
Yeah. Hint, hint.
Yeah. I mean, like,
Greg says the Marvel Index books had a lot of fluff to them, which I wouldn't know. I didn't know that, but I guess that makes sense and frustrating.
so like when we do this, I'm going to go in full screen. When we do this, and this is just a mash of characters. There's the Lone Stars up here in this panel. When we just do this and we just have characters up the wazoo.
Pew, character.
Yeah. Because this, in this case, I was like, FICO, I need 1,000 characters. I don't care what you do. Whatever you want, just do it.
Give me bodies and faces.
Yes. So I'll tell you that right here, everything's going backwards.
There we go.
Her,
there.
Right there.
Yep.
I don't know who that is. No clue. But I know now because when I was putting all this stuff together and I was looking through all these various things, I was like, that's cool. Who the hell is that? And so I developed her, I designed her, I named her, and now she's officially making, I mean, that's her first appearance, but it's like cameo.
Yep.
She'll officially have a real appearance in Critter 26 now, as well as the next index, because it's
like a pet. When you name it, it's real. It's yours. you have to do something with it now.
Yeah. And then there's God, I'm laughing right now. There's another guy in there that I was like, what do I name this guy? Because it's so dumb. And then the name came out of my mouth, and I was dying. I was like, that's so stupid and it's so perfect. And that's his name forever now.
Yep.
And as soon as I can get him back into the story and you guys read that name,
I can't wait.
I don't know if it's going to be as funny reading it as it was when I said it. Because when I said it, I just started laughing. So hopefully it
hits
translates.
The same with you. It translates well. Yeah.
Hopefully it translates, because it was just like, Jesus, it's so obvious and so stupid and so
perfect,
great, like all at the same time. Like, oh my God. Right. So that's so the indexes are coming. There's all kinds of little extra guys in it like that, which makes it fun. And yeah, I really want to do it this year. I don't think we're going to do, I'm really debating. It's going to depend on how things are kind of going with the world and everybody and everything.
Yeah.
But because we generally in September, we do our book fair, and I have some ideas for book fair. There's some trade paperbacks, some collected stuff that I really want to do. One of them is Oz. Since this is Oz's year, I kind of want to collect TikTok and Scarecrow into a trade because I don't have that stuff. So that may be something that we do. And then if I did that, we would put the BD index like with it, because it would just kind of be a book fair. That's a great time to do it. But there's a lot of maybes and ifs and who knows, and will it even be done and ready to be done in time? Sure. So if we have to push it to next year, it's not the end of the world, but
that's not the ideal, but if it has to be, it is what it is.
Yeah. But it's very close to being done. I mean, it's really close. I'm super happy with it. In fact, here I'll pop something up for you guys where you can see a tease, but it'll be something you've already seen, a character not something that's gonna be a spoiler. But I'll show you that it's done. And some really great art too. Some, again, new guys and new colorists, and I found another new colorist today. So here, I'll show you this one. This is a new artist, Emmanuel Kim. And when I hit him up, because I saw his art, well, actually I made a post and he messaged me. He was like, oh, I saw this thing and here's my samples. I was like, oh, this is really good. Yeah, you can definitely do a piece. He was like, great. And then when I showed him this, because he finished it and I built the page and put it up. When I showed it to him, he was like, oh my God, this is my first ever published thing. I was like, what? So apparently he's been doing, just fan art stuff or whatever. And I was like,
Okay.
yo. So here is Icon, done by Emmanuel Kim.
Oh, very cool.
And so that will be apparently his first published work. So yeah, came out great. And he does the colors and the whole thing. And I was very pleased. He was very excited. And so, yeah.
That came out really nice. Yeah, that's really awesome.
Yeah.
Very Monday.
Yes. Yes. And he had that, the only thing he had to fix was he had that cape going like twice as long. It's just like, it's like, nope. Bring that back in.
Bring it in. Reel it in. Just a little bit.
Yeah. And so he chopped it. And it was fine. I was like, yeah, perfect, dude. Perfect.
Nice.
Fantastic. So there we go. There's a little teaser.
I like how you have underneath kind of like where they are or where the appearance was. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you did it with all, I forget if it's with all of them, but yeah, in that way.
Well, yeah, I always, so on those, I always tried to put something that is a storytelling panel of some sort, if I can. Yeah. There's a couple of them that I used covers on. But I would say 99% all have some sort of a story situation in those panels. Yeah. To give them relevance to wherever they are, whoever their partners are or whatever.
Mm-hmm. It helps, it sets the tone a little bit and kind of gives a little more context to who and what they are. So that's nice.
And then we changed the backgrounds to red. So each volume will have a different page background. So you had blue in the first one. We'll have red on this one. And each volume that we do will have a different color code to it. So you get that part as well. And yeah, so there we go. There's a little tease for you.
Yay.
We just got another backer, which is great. I don't know who these people are.
That's good though.
Well, no, I mean, like when I get the notification, it just says like David pledged. I'm like, well, David who? Like, do I know who these people are? Oh, and the answer is yes, I do know who that particular David is. Yeah. I definitely know a bunch of these people, but there's a few new names, so that's great. Guys, we're gonna let you go to bed.
Yeah. This is the third time I've had to snooze my computer trying to restart on me. So
is that what happened? I keep seeing it black out. Yeah.
Yeah. It says restart now or snooze.
It's trying to do an update or something on you?
It's trying to do an update.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, not
mine
now.
did that this morning.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I was having some issues, and of course, it's tried to do it right when we went live. And it says, hey, I want to restart. I'm like, oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Your timing is impeccable.
So, guys, jump in. It's been an hour. We've already done half of our goal at midnight. I can't thank you enough for that. That's going to make Friday really fun since we have all day today to get this done while I'm on the con. If you need back issues of anything, Goth or otherwise, go to bigdoginc.com. We just got another backer. Good. Again, I will be at the con this weekend, Traverse City, North Michigan. I'll be hopping on again. Thanks for Zach for jumping on. We're going to try and get CB on a show before this whole thing ends. We'll try and bring Zach back on as well. See what kind of guests we can put together and keep talking about this whole thing.
Thanks, Greg.
Yeah, I mean, at this rate, we might hit it before I even wake up, which would be awesome. I would really appreciate that.
Yeah, wake up to happy news.
Yep. So again, that's a comment from somebody. Who's got a question? What did I screw up? Hey, why can't I find this thing over here? Oh no, it's a fake. It's a phony guy. Yeah. That's one
Never
of those
mind.
guys. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, your campaign caught my attention while I was browsing Kickstarter. I wanted to ask you something briefly regarding the project. I'm not very active on Messenger, so it'd be easier to continue conversation through email. No,
Nope.
sir.
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Nope. See ya.
Absolutely not.
Psh, there's the door.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah. Okay, guys, we're getting out of here. We're getting out of here. I will probably do some live from, speaking of live shows, I will probably do some live from the show this weekend on my page, just my page. So if you are Facebook savvy and you want to see what we got going on, we might do a little sale from the show floor. We'll see how that plays out. Otherwise, we'll try and get back to you. God, I don't know when, because I get 3 shows in a row. Some point I'll be back. We'll dip in here with CB and we'll drag Shawnee back, and maybe we can bring Allison in here. We were trying to get her in. She was busy tonight. For those that don't know, Allison is our very own catnip right there.
Yeah. Look at her.
So we'll see if we can get her in here to talk about that at some point before this whole thing ends. But for now, we're out of here, guys. Good night. Thank you all for putting us basically halfway there in an hour at midnight. That's above and beyond. And we'll see you all this weekend.